You believe in hell and stuff?
Yeah.
Who do you think's down there?
Who's down there? Martin Luther?
This is the type of shit we do, roll up on at the goddamn barbershop.
All the way Virginia, bitch.
You can't handle Big Diesel anyway. My meat would have you in the hospital.
Rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
Oh, fart nigger.
In certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Hey, everybody. I didn't know if I was going to go with boys and girls or everybody. Welcome to the show. It's Steel Toe. It's me. And it's Timberwolves night. Game 5, and everyone in Minnesota is excited. I was in the sauna today talking with a bunch of guys. I told you we would start today's show off like men. And they said, I just said, I did. I spoke first. I said, who's excited for game 5? God, what a faggot. Oh my God, how gay. I just realized how gay is that? Now, people were talking before. Like, people were in the sauna talking before. It's not like there was weird silence and I just broke the silence with, who's excited about game 5. They were talking about other things, and then there was a lull. And I'm like, I want to talk about the Timberwolves. So I turned off my headphones. And I said, all right, who's excited about game 5? Oh, what a fucking gay guy. Ew, right? Well, anyway, I said that. And then it sparked a conversation about the Vikings draft, which the guy next to us, he hated everything. Everything sucked. Everything was awful. Everybody's terrible. I like our draft. Our first round pick, I don't understand why we took him when we did. There's a rumor that a lot of teams were looking at him in the 20s, so maybe we wouldn't have kept him. All right, fine. If that's your guy, you got to take him. But I like Big Citrus. I like the fact that we got a guy named Big Citrus. Was it Cornelius Orange? Awesome name. And then we got a good safety. We got a good tackle that we can move inside to guard. We got a running back who I think is going to be solid. And a linebacker from, I think, Cincinnati, who's going to be really good. And then that Miami safety I'm really excited about, too. So I like the Vikings draft. I think we made great use of the picks we have. However, I did ask a bunch of dudes in the sauna, quote, who's excited about game 5 tonight? Ugh. That's like, I didn't realize how bad that was until I just said it to you out loud now. I'm ashamed of myself. So gay. So gay. And there was like an old guy in there and a Somali guy in there. I knew they didn't give a shit. But then there were two dudes in there that I was like, these guys give a shit about basketball. We're very excited. Minnesota's excited about game 5 tonight. We're looking to wrap this thing up. Hopefully we have Denver demoralized and against the ropes. Here's my thing. We have no Anthony Edwards for at least another week or two. So it's imperative that we move on. It's imperative that we win this series. Dante DiVincenzo, his career might be over. He popped an Achilles. He'll be out all next season. We got to win this one, I think, because if this goes to 7, we're going to lose. If Denver wins 2 in a row, I don't see us being able to keep the momentum up and winning game 7. I think we'll get demoralized. I think you got to take them out tonight. We could take them out at home in game 6. That would be fine, but I'd rather not come back. I'd rather not get fancy and just beat them tonight. And the cool thing is, we don't, the game doesn't start until 9:30. For some reason, I thought when they were in Denver, it started at 8:30 Mountain Time. You'd be an hour behind. They're an hour behind us, so it'd be 8:30 instead of 7:30. It's a 9:30 game. I hate it. I'm not going to stay up for the whole thing. But we're going to close it out in 5 tonight. I'm very excited about that. Raw is on tonight. Who isn't excited about that? I'm not pumped to go into the chat after that story I just told. Thank you guys for money. Chev Mavic with $5 says, no offense, Aaron, but I need my Mariners to sweep your Twins. Dude, the Twins are so, listless. I don't care about the Twins right now because we just had the draft. The Timberwolves are in the middle of the playoffs. Are the Wild done yet? I don't give a shit about the Wild. I don't give a shit about the Twins. Wild Stars. Oh, shit, they won on Saturday. It's 2-2. It's a brand new series. So, okay. They still got to win one in Dallas, though. All right. So the Wild are on the comeback trail. I still don't care. It's Timberwolves and it's Vikings. The Twins, too early in the season for me to give a shit. So if your Mariners need a sweep, best I can do for you is 2 out of 3. How's that, Chevmatic? Because you gave $5. Best I can do is 2 out of 3. Redbird with $2 says, you had Ethan Ralph on the show. Shame isn't even a concept to you. Thank you. Yeah, I learned my lesson. We had Sanford's son bail us out today. And boy, the anti-steel toe types were coping about that. They're like, that's you. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to let myself languish for 5 hours, miss a goal that's like $45 away, and sit there and go, come on, it's too close. And then I'm going to go, oh, wait, that's right. I could just pretend to be Sanford's son and then just do this at the end of all the humiliation. What? Why wouldn't I just do that at the beginning of the show? I don't understand that. I do understand it from the perspective of you hate me, I do really well, I do better than you think I deserve, and you're trying to cope to make it okay. I get that, so I accept it as that, and you're welcome. But I will say, I would have learned a much bigger lesson had we not gotten bailed out today, and I would have had to eat it. The lesson I did learn, you guys don't even tolerate the slightest bit of internet stuff on this show. You guys don't entertain the slightest bit of any of it. You're very hardline. You don't give a shit. That same interview happens on another internet-y channel instead of a professional channel with a good show like this one. I realize now what it is. These other shows make a shitload of money when they do interviews like that because their audience is like, we literally have nothing else. But on this show, the audience gets pissed because they're like, you know how many fucking things we could be talking about right now? Get this shit out of here. So I've learned my lesson. We won't do it again. Now hit the goal tonight and knock it off. Thank you. You're off to a great start. I did give you guys some of the over from this morning first of all, as a thank you for the evening show being incredible. And also as my bad for having that. I don't want to read all the sauna stuff. Let's start with the messages we've got here on the old phone. Ryan the Garbage Man says it would have been more gay if nobody responded. Yeah, that would have been incredibly awkward. If I would have said, who's excited about Game 5? And nobody said anything. I'm sitting there all sweaty in the sauna, and I'm like, who's excited for Game 5? And like, shut up, faggot. But luckily, that was a conversation starter. Rexstart parody account says, in the sauna, rubbing each other down. We were not in the sauna rubbing each other down. That is something you're creating in your own mind. That's not accurate. That's not true. Nobody was rubbing anyone down. Let's not let that fester into fact. In the sauna with a bunch of gays. Saint Caesar says,
Okay, faggot, what's next?
fuck you, dude, says, did the other guy pop the dick out of their mouths to tell you? Yeah, and they were really excited about the game, it turns out. Taste Fairy Ielto says, thank you for the weekly bathhouse conversation update. It does read as a bathhouse conversation. That is accurate. Saint Caesar says, sauna Aaron with a bunch of men, lie and say women first. Yeah, I got to learn my lesson, I think. Darkwind says, did you ask the Somali guy if he was excited about his daycare too? Yeah, you know, I really should have involved him in the conversation, but I didn't. My bad. I remember I lived in Seattle, says Mountain Jews, with Ken Griffey Jr. and Randy Johnson. Dude, those Seattle teams not only didn't win a World Series, but did they even go to the playoffs? Like, did those were really good. They had like Jay Buhner, Edgar Martinez, Joey Cora. Wasn't a young A-Rod on those teams too? 1997 Mariners roster. I think 97 was the last year Griffey was on that team. 90 and 72 finished first in the AL West. Yeah, so they did go. Dan Wilson, Paul Sorrento, Joey Cora, A-Rod. A-Rod had 23 homers that year. Griffey had 56. I think the 97 Mariners were the best one. Jay Buhner, Edgar Martinez. That team should have been illegal. Jay Buhner had 40 homers that year. Edgar with 28. And then coming off the bench, you had guys like Rich Amaral. He's a good player. Lee Tinsley, Roberto Kelly. Raul Ibanez was on that fucking team. Coming off the bench. And Raul Ibanez would go on to become like a really solid starting player in Major League Baseball. Derek Lowe, Jamie Moyer, Jeff Facero, Bob Wells, who would play with the Twins later, Mike Timlin, Heathcliff Slocum, who was a monster out of the bullpen, Norm Charlton. That was a good team. So what happened? What happened to the playoffs? Lou Piniella as the manager. Lou Piniella was a killer. He was a great manager. 90 and 72. What happened in the playoffs that year? I don't see anything. Oh, lost in the AL Divisional Series 3-1 to the Orioles. Oh, no, you choked against Baltimore. Wait, 97 Baltimore. Was that the Brady Anderson nutso year? 96, 85, and 76. What'd you do in 98? Did you have Griffey in 98? Obviously not. 76 and 85. Oof, that's a rough one. Yeah, 97 was the Mariners' year, man, and they just couldn't get it done. 95, they won. 95, you went to the ALCS against the Indians. You lost 4-2. So 97, you didn't have Randy Johnson. 96 is when Randy Johnson left the team. Well, anyway, enough down memory lane. $1 from Redbird says, that's why you're coping when you say you're better than all the internet shows. If we hadn't literally buck-broken you, you'd be gleefully dick deep in internet drama. Right. So my point stands. I'm right. Because you guys know this show has way better shit to do. You don't like that other stuff. Thank you for reiterating my point by repeating it back to me word for word. Thank you. 09 Canyon says, Aaron, with Minneapolis opening the bathhouses soon, I can send you some videos on proper etiquette. Like it's impolite to lick the floor without first getting the go-ahead from both guys in the room. I would never go to a bathhouse. Also, I don't need the etiquette. I'm good. Thank you. And also, how dare you assume that I would want to lick the floor? And Also, and the final little piece of that, why did I read that for free? It's a shame thing. You know what I have to do? I have to stop wearing hoodies down here on the evening shows. It's fucking hot as all I don't know why I keep wearing hoodies down here. I get overheated right away. I don't know. Paul Zwilling becoming a member for 1 month. Thank you for becoming a steel toe bro. Remember, Thursdays we have the members only show. He says, why always with the gay bashing? We have something up our ass. Not you. Was I gay bashing? I just knew that my audience was going to be gay bashing, so I tried to cut them off at the quick. That's all. That's all. Joey Caravello's mommy says, you say this at least once a week, man. I know, and I never learn my fucking lesson. I'm baking in here. I'm slippery. I'm juicy. I'm gooey underneath this. The shirt under my hoodie, this one here, it's soaked already. Unreal. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. Let's get out of the chat. Let's go have us a show. 69 memberships away from 700. All right, I say this every week, but this is the week. We're rarely this far over 600 members on Rumble this early on in the week. So let's make this the week that we get to 700 memberships. Of course, whenever we climb up over a 100 mark, we give you an extra half hour. That's why this morning's show was 5 hours long. You want to see a guy, I wanted to like this guy until I realized what a pain in the ass he was for everyone. This is a very Florida story. A guy in Ocala decided to take a lawnmower through a Target store for a social media stunt. Now, this is kind of like when your kids are really little and they say something inappropriate and they're not sure what it means. They just heard it somewhere and they repeat it. Or like when your kids are really little and they'll repeat a curse word that you said and you're supposed to be mad at them or you're supposed to discipline them, but you got to hold back the laughter. You got to be like, don't say that. That's not nice. My son is 9. He does that to me all the time. He'll do shit that's like smart ass or like that he saw on a short somewhere or something like that. And I'll have to chastise him about it. And he'll get this big shit-eating grin on his face. And I'll be like, bud, don't say that. And he's like, he'll catch you doing it. And he'll go, it's funny. I'll be like, no, it's not. Don't do that. Because like, you can't have them doing that stuff out in public. People will think you're raising maniacs. So this is funny, like the concept of this is funny, but then you realize that like a store is going to have to repair the damage that they do. Workers are going to have to stay late. So these two 18-year-olds in Ocala rode a lawnmower through a Target store while filming a social media stunt. And again, this is becoming like a new thing where people are, we showed you last week the speed running Scientology thing. Where a lot of youngster, oh my God, did I just unironically use the term youngsters? Where these youngsters will go and they'll speed run through a Scientology center. Now, Scientology centers are off limits to the public. You're not allowed to go in. It's private property. If you try to, they'll throw you out and they'll call the police. We've seen it in Louis Theroux's documentary, a bunch of other shit. So Gen Z had this idea that if we all just run through there, they can't stop us all. So they all wear GoPros and they go sprinting through Scientology centers. It's kind of fun. Now they're doing it to Target stores. And as much as I want to like this, like it's a real life Mario Kart thing, all these Gen Z kids look like douchebags. Their hair is gay. And you realize that, again, employees are going to have to clean this up and stay later. Okay, see, like right there, dick. That's a dick move. So now he just broke one of the doors. They're going to have to pay for that. They're going to have to fix that. And, in a way, it's like it's the Target Corporation, so fuck them. But it's also like you just did that damage unnecessarily. Say no balls. Because if you're going to do it, go big. Like, go through the entire store. Nobody's going to stop you. They don't have any employees that are trained in stopping runaway lawnmowers. You're going to get to cruise around, say hi to some people. Take your time. That's the thing with kids. They want to run in there. Oh, we got our video. Fucking get out. Hang in there. See what happens. Root around a little bit. But here's the thing, like, look at these two fags. Like, I just want these two douchebags to be locked up. You know, and then afterwards, you see down here, they've got to do all kinds of work on fixing the doors, getting them back on the tracks, or just straight up replacing them. It's kind of shitty. It's a funny thing to see, but it's a shitty thing to do. And also, once you see the kids doing it, you're like, oh, fuck them. I don't like them. Now, they did get arrested for it. One of the teenagers faces a charge of criminal mischief and disorderly conduct for the incident, as well as a separate disorderly conduct charge for the Target incident. Oh, there was also a Culver's incident, apparently. And the other kid was charged as a principal with disorderly conduct in connection with the Target stunt. Oh, what happened at the Culver's?
For an unusual situation involving two 18-year-olds, two businesses, and a lawnmower. According to Ocala police, Janik says Karadak and Luke Charsky were arrested after filming themselves riding a lawnmower through a Target store for social media. Authorities say this happened yesterday on Southwest College Road. They say the night before, says Karadak also used a leaf blower inside of a Culver's restaurant.
See what I mean? It really is like when your child says something they're not supposed to, and it really does make you laugh, but you're also like, all right, I got to step in and discipline them here. This isn't something you can allow them to do. You can't let this behavior fester. So like the idea of someone coming in with a Culver's, if I'm not waiting for food, the idea of someone going into a Culver's and just tearing loose with a leaf blower is really funny. I don't want to see that become a thing. As a matter of fact, like streaming services like Kick are starting to debate whether or not they should take action against channels that IRL stream themselves, like harassing store owners and sidewalk market food vendors like in public. They're wondering if they should ban that from their platform and take down channels that do it, because in cities like Miami, where a lot of these clout chasing goblins live, they're bothering the shit out of people. And like, it doesn't matter what kind of store, low end department store, high end stores, doesn't matter. Like, they're going in there and they're being cunts. And I think out of all of them, Kick will be like the last one to do anything about it, because Kick is kind of the Wild West of all of these streaming services. But it is something, like, it is, you should, again, it's funny. The leaf blower in a Culver's is funny. The lawnmower in a Target is funny. But you can't keep letting people do that. Also, I heard this term like 50 times yesterday. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I was just watching the right stuff or the wrong stuff. But I heard, we need to talk about this because I don't want you looking like an asshole in public. Too late. I heard people say Wild Wild West like a dozen times yesterday. I don't know what happened, but I kept hearing this. It was like the Wild Wild West. There's no such thing as the Wild Wild West. There is the Old West. And if you want to say the Wild West, you can, although it's not really accurate because the Old West was not really that wild. But stop saying Wild Wild West. I look down on anyone who uses that term. And am I being overly particular? I don't care. Stop saying it. It's like fingernails on a fucking chalkboard. This woman on this like true crime documentary thing SP and I were watching yesterday. She's like, and it was like the Wild Wild West. Oh, I've never wanted someone to crash into, like, right off a bridge more in my life. And it doesn't really take much for me. You say Wild Wild West, and I just, and you say it innocently, like there's not going to be any kind of repercussions for you, like slaughtering the English language like that. There's a song and there's a movie, Wild Wild West. There's no such thing as like a place called the Wild Wild West, unless you literally mean some giant Kevin Kline driven giant spider machine is where you are. There's no, it's not the Wild Wild West. Stop it. No Pen 15 Fathead with $2 says, this show is like the Wild Wild West. Shut up. That's not what I meant. Don't. I don't know why that came up just now. But yes, I can't stand the phrase It's the wild, wild west. Oh, fucking die. Ryan the Garbage Man with $1 on PayPal says, according to Aaron, Eastbound and Down take on a whole new meaning in the sauna. Well, I mean, you could mean the song, you could mean the television show, but in the sauna, and the funny thing is, I usually mind my own business, listen to whatever I'm listening to, and kind of fuck off in the sauna. For some reason today, I wanted to bring up Game 5 of the Timberwolves. Apparently, I was really, really excited about it. I don't know. Something, I was going to say something came over me, but that's not a phrase we should be using around this group. All right, let's go into, let's see. Oh, God, we got a lot of blueberries over in the Rumble chat. Let's take a look. Let's start with Coltrane with $1. Said, my youngest said, look, there's a robber, as a black dude in a beanie walked by. It was so funny. Yeah, see, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. You can't let your kids say stuff like that. But when they say stuff like that, it is really, really funny. Onawall says the mower guy should be shot on sight. I mean, either way, if he goes around the whole store and nobody gives him shit, that's funny. If he gets shot and then dies, I mean, it seems like an extreme punishment, but also entertaining. So, perfect. Win-win. 383 Novocaine with $1 says, first we had Asian beetles, then murder hornets. Now frickin' Asia gave us Asian jumping worms. Ooh, I want to see this. Mountain Jews says, Generation Z are imbeciles. Oh, come on. We did retarded shit when we were young, too. We egged houses. We threw toilet paper on people's trees. I would rather have someone run a lawnmower through a Target than throw eggs at. Do you know how awful that is to clean eggs off a house? Holy shit. People are wishing sodomy on these boys. As I go back in the chat here, they're saying, let Bubba them in the asshole while they're in. Wow. So you guys want these guys to go to jail and get sodomized, apparently. I mean, guys, all they did, I mean, they rode a lawnmower into a Target. Apparently, it's a sodomizable offense, according to the Steel Toe crowd. $1 from Redbird says, this is where the cops should beat the shit out of the two kids and turn them loose with a don't do that again and a clean record. I think that is totally reasonable. I'm fine with that punishment. And $1 from Redbird says, don't worry, we'll never bring this up again. Thank you for not bringing up the Wild Wild West ever again, because there is no Wild Wild West. It's a movie. It's a song. There is no Wild Wild West. Or what's the Wild Wild West song? Oh, God, it came out in like the early 90s. Oh, no, what was that? What was the name of that fucking song? Was it the Escape Club? Was this the song I'm thinking of? This might have been the era where we were coming into the best time there ever was. I think I just missed the best time to be like a kid, like growing up. I think I got the tail end of it, but like just before the internet came out, you know, I think I would say 92, basically the Clinton years. I would say the Clinton years, like the Soviet Union had collapsed. There was no widespread high-speed internet, no social media, nothing like that. 92 to 2000, I think if you were growing up then, that was the best time in the world to grow up. You had enough connectivity, like you had analog phones, you could call your friends, you could let your parents know where you were, but you couldn't text, you couldn't do any of that shit. Sports was cool. 2000, I was 13 years old. So I was like, I got like early 2000s. The most damage they had back then was like the iPod. And then Facebook came along like my junior year. It started to become a thing. Junior or senior year, Facebook started to become a thing. I was more the MySpace generation in high school. But like, I think that early 90s to early 2000s, that was the sweet spot. Because this shit's just ridiculous. The Escape Club. So yes, don't use the phrase Wild Wild West. It doesn't exist. It's retarded to do it. It exists in songs and movies. That's it. Redbird with $1 says there's got to be a way to combine Wild Wild West and A Million Ways to Die in the West. I mean, that's okay. We don't need to, like, Seth MacFarlane movies. Yeah, fuck that. Dive Bar with $1 says she has some wild, wild breast. Who? There. If you're going to make a joke about a woman having wild, wild breast, you have to have a woman to reference. I don't understand it. Nomo says 90s had the best sport. Every sport. Basketball, yes. Baseball, I don't know, man. What was the steroid era? Like 98 to 2002? Steroid era fucking ruled. Steroid era was the best baseball. Kind of like the end of Larry Bird and Magic, and then into the Chicago Bulls and Hakeem Olajuwon and Karl Malone, and then the start of Shaq and Kobe. That was kind of the best basketball. Football, dude, I gotta tell you, I think we're in the golden age of football right now. I think football is awesome. I don't, like, call me a bitch, I don't care, but, like, I don't think it's good that we had an era where, like, 10 years after they stopped playing football, guys were, like, killing themselves because of CTE and, like, all that shit. I think now is probably the best time for football. I don't know. Taste Fairy says, don't forget about the XFL. I mean, pro wrestling was definitely at its best in the late 90s and early 2000s. That I will not disagree with. Paul Zwilling with $5 says, I've never had sweet, sweet butt love in jail. Basketball was fun. Same. I didn't have sweet, sweet butt love in jail, but basketball was fun. Thank you for the $5. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, keep it going. All right, let's take a look. Dirty Jersey Rat becoming a Baby Boot member. Look at that. We've got celebrities hanging out with us today. Dirty Jersey Rat, who's one of my favorite Clippers. The first time I see Dirty Jersey Rat clipping like a H3 or a Hassan Piker thing, and that theme song plays in it, I'm going to be like, this kid, you know, it's good. That's going to be like the moment. Remember when Ben Affleck knocked on Matt Damon's door in Good Will Hunting and Matt Damon wasn't there, and Chucky just looks around, he's like, all right. And then like Casey Affleck goes into the passenger seat of the car. I'm going to feel like Chucky in Good Will Hunting when Dirty Jersey Rat branches out into more shit. And you see that grow. Thank you, Dirty Jersey Rat. Glad to have you. Oh, by the way, Balls Deep says also, fuck YouTube. 2/3 of the comments are auto-modded. I don't have any auto-mod things set.
Hey,
that's shut up. I'm not ready for you yet. That's something I'll check on. I'm sorry. I've seen a lot of people complaining about YouTube lately. I saw who's Umbrella Guy? I saw him on Twitter. I know he's a guy, but I saw this Umbrella Guy and his channel's getting fucked with. I saw this other guy talk about how his channel that he's had for 6 years just got nuked. YouTube has been on a roll, man, when it comes to deleting channels and getting rid of people. And I was watching Misery Loves Company. I like Kevin Brennan. I never won't like Kevin Brennan, but I was watching his show, and like, it's so pathetic to watch Carl, who, by the way, gave up on his weekly Aaron Cope session this week. You hate to see it. I've officially broken Carl, and probably for the last time. I mean, if he doesn't do a weekly Cope session this Friday, it's over. I mean, that's him tapping out. That's him giving up. Carl has to do a show this Friday. If he doesn't do a weekly Aaron group therapy session show this Friday, I am taking it as his surrender. I will hang his sword from here. I will accept it as his white flag and declare my official victory. Now, the war's been won for a long time, but he's kind of been hiding out, you know, like the Japanese on Iwo Jima until the 70s. I mean, this Friday, if he doesn't do a weekly Aaron Cope session, I think we got to hang that sword above my mantle and say another win for the toe. But I saw this pathetic Cope that he and Shuley were having on Kevin Brennan's show. They weren't on Kevin's show. Kevin was just playing it. And they were like, John struck my channel, and now John struck my channel. He's a pussy who won't even fight back by making jokes or anything like this. YouTube's being unfair. And they're talking about filing a class action lawsuit because he's striking their channels. And by the way, this is all because Dirty Jersey Rat showed up in my chat. Do you know how fucking gay that sounds to anybody who's not completely wrapped up your asshole? Okay, you have harassed a guy for 5 years now. You have made your entire identity being up this guy's ass. And now this guy says, I don't want to play with you. I don't want to go back and forth with you. I never wanted to go back and forth with you. I just want you to leave me the fuck alone. Like, do a real show. Get some talent. Find something else to talk about. It's also pathetic that you're like, I'm going to file a class action lawsuit. You're basically telling the world, I have one thing. I have a one-trick pony. I can't do anything else. So I'm going to take it to the court that this guy keeps striking me. By the way, you don't want to take John to court. You got to take YouTube to court. YouTube's the one who's decided that you're a worthless, hacky piece of shit, not John. So what you're admitting is that you and Carl have nothing else. If you don't talk about this guy, you can't pay your bills. That's handing John a victory. That is Cope 101. So John, you're like, why don't you fight back? Basically what they're saying is fight back the way we want you to fight back. Do it the way we want you to do it. It's basically tilting the table and rigging the game and going, do it our way or else we're going to cry and whine and complain. What a bunch of soft, wet flower faggots. I mean, I would be humiliated and ashamed to admit that. I would rather beg for the goal all day, every day, than admit that if John strikes you or you can't do John stuff, you can't make it as a show. That's fucking pathetic, bro. That's awful. I wouldn't have admitted that. No fucking way. Bart Sneed says, God bless the goal. Breaking news, Mersh is doing cocaine. I don't think Mersh is doing cocaine. I don't think Mersh is doing coke. Mersh seems like way more of a downer guy, to be honest. All right, hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. That Dirty Jersey Rat shows up in our chat. And look, I just turned into a gossipy Gertie. Thanks, guys. Let's find out about these Asian jumping worms. I thought it was racist to call shit black and Asian. Like, you're not supposed to say Africanized bees. You're supposed to say killer bees or Wu-Tang. Oh, by the way, sweetheart, can you, hold on a second, guys. Honey, can you give me one of these quick? Just, can you move them? They're a little, just take this and just push it. Just kind of, you grab the sides of your bra and you do a little adjustment. Could you just shift them over? They look like they're trying to tap your co-host on the shoulder. You just got to give it a little, like you're misaligned. If you could, it's going to fucking bother me the entire time she's on camera. All right, I apologize. Go ahead.
New species here in Colorado, but
they're called blacks.
It's a weird one, guys. The Asian jumping worm. It's invasive, and it's moving into Colorado. So these worms are originally from places like Japan. Oh, God, can't even watch this. Japan and Korea. You can tell it's an Asian jumping worm by how it moves. It thrashes around, and it moves so much more aggressively than a typical earthworm.
What's it going to do, bite you? What are we worried about? Like, I understand, like, the murder hornet. They found, like, 3 murder hornets dead in some shipping containers. And it was right after COVID happened. And they're like, now there's murder hornets. You're like, really? There's murder hornets like building nests in the Pacific Northwest? And like, well, not exactly. We found 4 dead ones in shipping packages from Japan. And you're like, all right, wake me up when something happens. They're trying to shut down a bar. So this is like a jittery, coked up earthworm. I mean, we'll be fine, right?
It's got a white band around it. Regular worms don't have that. Aya Boss with the Colorado Department of Agriculture says these worms are terrible for soil and for plants, and they outcompete other worms that have positive impacts.
These worms are only living on the top layer of the soil, and they're consuming all the nutrients out of the soil at a rapid pace.
So what you're saying is, thank you, Uptalker, what you're telling us is that these Asian jumping worms bring a great dishonor among your garden. I didn't say I was proud of it.
Which means that there's no opportunity for plants to get any of that deep soil aeration, deep irrigation, or water down to their roots.
If you see one of these...
Oh my God, with all these worms just hanging around in the soil, it's going to be like the wild, wild west out there.
Bad boys. Boss says, fill out a report. You can find the forms on the Department of...
Oh, do not touch me. I roll around in the soil. I don't want to be on your fingertips. Let go of me right now or I thrash around. Your earthworm are lazy. We are very active.
Agriculture's website.
There's only one way to solve this problem. Nuke them. Let's nuke the bastards.
Do not move the worm. Leave it be. Some people will say, hey, it might be good fishing bait. No, just leave it. If it escapes...
No, fuck that. Wouldn't that be good fishing bait? It's like thrashing around, going crazy. You know, the fish are like, ooh, that's an active one. I'm going to get them. That would be a good... If you guys find one of these Asian jumping worms, bring it, grab it. Don't listen to these fucking assholes. They're no fun. Grab it. I want you to get it, put it in a bucket. I want you to take it fishing this year, and I want to see if you can do some damage out there with an Asian. Why wouldn't you want people to grab them and use them as bait? It takes care of two problems. You get free bait, and also it gets rid of these fucking worms. It's not like they're going to be alive anymore. Guys, don't listen to the news. These two are fuddy-duddies. Kidnap Asian jumping worms and just fish with them.
It could like get into other environments and harm the plants and the water and just don't.
Shut up, pussy. Grab as many of those as you want. Scoop them up by the trowelful. Put them in your bucket and let's go fishing. Don't listen to those two. They're gay. They're just lame and they're trying to end your fun. That's all it is. Mikey Two Milk says, I got a jumping worm for you. It's my dick. Oh. I liked it. I thought it was a good joke. Nomo says, aren't there invasive Asian fish too? Yeah, Asian carp. You're off agate says those worms were later found with lame snake and 3 wolf tattoos. They didn't take the ketamine yet. I don't know what he's talking. I have no idea what he's talking about. But Asian carp are a thing. And the Asian carp in Minnesota, they were actually trying to make legislation to change their name to invasive carp because Asian carp was offensive. It was Democrats. The Democrats in charge, this is when Dayton was governor, they wanted to change the name to invasive carp because they were worried people would confuse Asian carp with Asian people. I'm just giving you their rationale. Like apparently even your racist uncle would be like, is that a chink or a fish? I don't know why they would bother, but we tried. Cooler heads prevailed and we did. I don't think we changed the name, but yeah, we have Asian carp in Minnesota. In fact, I think all the way up and down the Mississippi, there's Asian carp or flying carp or whatever they call them. And, holy shit. That ragtime guy that, the Me Mum Died in the Holly song. It just popped up in my algorithm while I was looking for this Asian carp thing. And the title of the song I just saw literally left me speechless. We'll play it for you in a little bit. It was jarring to me. I'll share it with you in a second. But like in Missouri, or I think it's Missouri or Iowa, they have these events where you get in whatever kind of boat you want, fishing boat, pontoon, whatever. And they have this event where everybody goes up and down the river with like spiked baseball bats, 2x4s with nails in them, all kinds of harpoons, pitchforks, and they try to spear the flying carp in the air. It's actually really cool. Flying Carp Festival. Asian Carp Madness, Silent Invaders, tournament removes thousands of invasive carp from Mississippi River. This one's from just 3 years ago.
A group of hardcore fishermen are clearing the Illinois River of Asian carp one by one. The Redneck Fishing Tournament, as it's called, says it removed more than 3,000 invasive fish from the river.
Look at those
and
fuckers.
raised nearly $7,000 while doing it for veterans charities. The fish weighed about 20,000 pounds. The top team,
not each,
caught 346 fish in 2 hours.
Yeah.
The tournament is held in Bath, Illinois on the first weekend in August.
So, like, you get those boat motors going, and it just stirs them up, and they get retarded, and they just start flying, or they start jumping out of the water. And they just go and harpoon the shit out of them. Yeah, look at these things go.
Getting wet.
Yeah, this is a thing in the Midwest. These things just showed up one day. Some dick brought one in, and now here we are.
There we go. There's some good hang.
It is funny the kind of things that can make men take a total bitch posture, and like sharp fins cutting into your finger and your leg can make, oh God, oh, get it away, oh no.
Hot dog! You couldn't catch it.
See, like, how much fun would it be to have a baseball bat and just wait? Just wait. Just work on your swing. Keep that back elbow up. And then when one comes in, you wait, get your weight back, and boom. Bring your hands through the zone. Nice. Oh, he got fucking cock slapped by a carp. That's a great way to go fishing. You don't need to bring a rod or a reel. Just bring a few beers and let the fish come to you. I would imagine that these taste like absolute shit. Don't carp taste like asshole?
He bent the bull. Man, that's not funny. That is not funny. 18. There's 18 in the boat.
They got 18 carp. Oh, 19.
19. I got scales stuck to me. Do we hear 20? Yeah. We gotta get 20.
It's fucking what? Yeah, that's a real thing. I can't believe, like, Asian carp have been here for at least 15 years. And if you're not from here, people don't even know it's a thing. I imagine those taste like shit. Do Asian carp taste good? Oh, yes. Specifically, silver and bighead are widely considered to taste good, often described as having a mild, sweet, white, and firm flesh. Isn't that the best kind? That tastes better than catfish or tilapia. They are nutritious filter feeders with low contaminants, but are notoriously difficult to clean due to numerous intramuscular bones. Well, I mean, just be careful when you're eating them, I suppose. Yeah, they're monsters. They're absolute pieces of shit. I don't think we do anything to mitigate it here in Minnesota. I think we just, just be careful. Minnesota Asian carp. I think I'm spelling it wrong. I keep spelling it with a K. 10 years ago, first bighead carp captured in Minnesota River. Oh, that's right. We call it bighead carp. So we did change the name. We don't call it Asian carp in Minnesota anymore. We are gay liberals. Minnesota DNR says hundreds of invasive carp captured from the Mississippi
Wildlife
River.
officials have captured hundreds of invasive carp from the Mississippi River.
See, this is my problem. Like, the government does retarded shit, like the state government here in Minnesota. All you have to do is say, no, we're not going to call them that. And then we don't have to worry about it. But instead, they all play along and they're like, well, I guess we call them invasive carp now.
Near Trempealeau, Wisconsin. The Minnesota Department of Natural Resources announced that officials
Ooh,
caught
delicious. The Department of Nacho Resources. I hope there's plenty.
296 silver carp, 23 grass carp, and 4 bighead carp on November 30th. The agency calls it the largest single capture of invasive carp in Minnesota to date.
Williams on the waterfront, he drags across the
6
ground.
tagged invasive carp in that area of the river days earlier.
See, look at how much more boring we are than other states. These rednecks go down the river and they're like whacking these things with baseball bats and shit. And we're just bringing nets and dragging them. Gay. Minnesota is so behind on the fun. Anyway, those are invasive carp. No, we don't call them slopehead carp, Rusty Grammar. That is not what we would call them. Mountain Jews says, yeah, catch the carp and feed the homeless. Balls Deep says, leering carp. Haganator says, Department of Natural Reactors. They figure some shit out years after. Yeah, our DNR is really good. Minnesota's favorite state fish, the walleye. We just let it almost go extinct in Lake Mille Lacs, where we had to cut out the fishing season like 2 years in a row. Yeah, our DNR fucking rules. They really do a good job of preserving our natural resources. All right, hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, gift a few memberships, do something nice for the old toe. Ooh, only 259 checking out the show tonight. I'll have to tap dance a little better than I've been doing. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. I got to talk about something more interesting. I hate that. I like shit like that. That's fun for me. Like just doing an evening show where we're sitting here and someone sends in something on invasive worms and then we have some fun with invasive carp. I hate that. That should be like the hottest thing to watch on YouTube tonight and Rumble. All right, let's I saw this the Ragtime Rev guy apparently is this a new one? Yeah, 5 days ago. So he's the one who did the Me Mum Died in the Holly song. And he finds these songs from like the 19th century, these old tavern piano songs or theater songs they used to have, and they are wildly racist. But like in their time, they were fine. Like this song was made in 1897. And in 1897, it was totally fine to have a song called Hesitate, Mr. N-Word, Hesitate. Again, here is Ragtime Rev on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and throw a couple bucks at the toe. See, it starts off all bouncy and fun. Like, just imagine 1897, you bring your girl out to go dancing. You know, you're going to take in a show and have a nice night. There's a guy in a vest and a nice shirt and a bow tie, and he's playing the piano and singing. It's just a different vibe than what we have now. And then this song belts out. And just imagine, like, back then, the guys loved this song. This was a sing-along song. Your gal loved this song. Your girl would be sitting next to you singing this song along with the piano guy, and you'd be like, that's how you knew she was the one.
There is a coon that you all know who's everlasting looking for a row. And though he is the bully of the town, I think that I can do him anyhow. He tried to kiss my gal the other day.
Whoa, yeah, you should be kissing Nat King Cole over here.
But when he saw me coming, quickly fled. I met that coon the other night, and this is what I said.
Oh, no.
Hesitate, Mr. Nigger, hesitate. The way you carry on will never do.
What?
Don't hang around my baby anymore, cause I doesn't ever interfere with you.
So this is an early advocacy for separate but equal. You know, if you're reading between the lines of this political allegory. So this was like an 1897 way of saying, tell that black to stay away from my lady.
So if you think you'll steal my lady love, my fighting powers don't you underrate. Just take this a tip I'm giving you now. Hesitate, Mr. Nigger, hesitate.
Now, in fairness, in 1897, it was polite to say Mr. So while that word may not, you know, it carries a lot of pop today, he did give him the prefix Mr., which does convey at least a certain amount of respect, right? Anyway, if you want to go check out that YouTube channel, feel free. Gifted membership from McBuster. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Our first gifted memberships of the night. Dan Vicious with $1 says, why is YouTube putting AIDS prep ads on your stream? You know, look, whoever I make deals with to keep the goals down is none of your business, okay? I'm doing it for you. 67 memberships away from 700. Thank you, guys. Mike Go gifting a membership. Appreciate it. Hey, guys, how about everybody throw in a membership? And not only do we get a golden shower, but we'll also have a perfect Monday to start the week. Going to play this song the next time I light the cross, says Rob. Balls Deep says, can we translate this to jive? I believe the chorus would still be Mr. or hesitate. I think it would still be the same thing. Taipan with $1 says, now that song is some Wild Wild West. I just shouldn't have said anything. Bring it home, Mr. Earp. Is that our rally song tonight? Deal. Rob says I'm going to play, Mountain Jews says, Aaron, why don't you do karaoke on White Power Wednesdays at Stoney's to this song? There is no White Power Wednesdays at Stoney's. Thank you very much. Balls Deep gifting a membership. There we go. Hey, 2 more of those memberships and we got a golden shower up in the chat. Thank you guys very, very much. 66 memberships away from 700. And if I may be so bold, let's get into double digits before 7 o'clock. Thanks, guys. Thanks for doing it. Again, hit like, hit subscribe, and hit follow. We're up to 281. Hot shit. By the way, you know how somebody bought viewers to our channel this morning? And I was like, I'll know after the show how many of those are real and how many of them are purchased. Apparently, even without the purchased viewers, we were up over 1,000 people today watching at a time. So we still had 600 some odd people on YouTube without the purchased viewers. Somebody view botted us. So we were up over 1,000 today. So this makes me conflicted. We don't make any money when we have like an Ethan Ralph or somebody like that on, but we sure do get a lot of eyeballs on the program. So, you know, it's tough to walk away from. But yes, forget 600 or 700 people watching the show at a time. We were over the 1,000 mark legitimately this morning. Thank you so much. $1.99 from Nick in Fort Wayne. Where do I see Nick in Fort Wayne? I see him on MLC, I think. Thank you for slumming it over here with our evening show. What happened to the Onion? I don't know. I know he's got to be in Minnesota on June 5th or else, according to the court. So that's what I know. Other than that, I have no idea what's going on. I think he got a little rattled by all the Steve stuff. I don't think they realized how bad they fucked up on that whole deal. And I think he's laying low. And it's so funny that like Carl got so pussy hurt and he was so like, Aaron, I'm so mad at Aaron for the Dr. Steve. Hey, retard, I didn't do anything. All I did was I mentioned in passing, oh, by the way, he wrote a doctor's note. Also, you fucking bucktooth retard, I'm the one who said don't fuck with Steve because people were fucking with him. People online are like, we should write to the medical board. I'm like, don't do that. That's fucking gay. And he's like, no, he's just doing reverse psychology. No, you do that because you're a passive-aggressive, dorky bitch. I say what I mean. How do you know what I really mean when I say something? Because I'll fucking say it, bitch. So, by the way, thank you, Nick in Fort Wayne. You got me fired up. I don't know what's going on there. All I know is Steve played a little fuck around and find out with a court, which is not a good idea. And it left them all in a permanent seethe session, apparently. Rusty Grammar gifting a membership. Thank you very much. Taipan gifting a membership. Oh my goodness. 1 or 2 more gifted memberships in the next few seconds. And we've got a golden shower. And also 3 more gifted memberships in the next 3 minutes. And we're going to be in the double digits by 7 o'clock. $2 from No Pen 15 Fathead says, I heard the Onion took a vacation to Scotland. Take the money and run. Nice. Come on, take the money and run. Oh boy. All right, let's continue on. The whole point of Taste Very Ialto Says Steve is the one who inserted himself into a legal proceeding he had nothing to do with. Right. I love how Carl's like, Aaron makes me so mad I don't even want to do my weekly cope now because he was mean to Steve. Bitch, I wasn't mean to Steve. I didn't tell him to write a bullshit note. I didn't do that. I'm sorry. I didn't ask him. Yeah, I'm like Rambo. You asked me. I didn't ask you. What did you do to Steve? I was here. What did you do to him? Balls Deep says they suckered Dr. Steve into being a poo-gazing, ball-washing faggot. That's exactly what they did. He fell for it. These guys are not his friends. And now he has wisely removed himself from the whole thing, which was incredibly smart. And poor Carl's sad about it. I'm going to be honest. That makes me happy. Phil Herslit says Aaron is having the anniversary show this year on White Power Wednesday at Stoney's. Hey, what's the weather going to be like this Wednesday? Let me see. Oh, dog shit. Oh, shoot. Well, here's what I'm going to do. Once a month, I'm going to talk to Cheetos. And once a month, I'm going to do a Wednesday evening show at Stoney's if we can work something out. I think that would be a lot of fun. And you guys could come out. We'll have a good time. Could be something worth trying this year. Rusty Grammer says the entire Faggleverse has collapsed. Now we can move on to just adult topics. It is true. That whole world network is just falling in on itself. And I got to be honest. It's hard not to watch. MSO says at the anniversary show, Aaron, will you be shotgunning beers or queers? I think we showed... what was it, last Wednesday? I think we showed that I can't shotgun beers. I'm just not good at it. All right, let's go to the Donald Trump, Jimmy Kimmel thing. I'm just, like I said this morning, I have Trump fatigue so bad. Like, he's such a whiny bitch. Every time someone criticizes him, for someone who ran on like, oh, we're not PC, buddy, and we're gonna take it to him and everything else. I mean, the minute people say anything bad about him, he just lashes out. And like the Pope says, hey, I'm the Pope. I don't think we should be killing innocent people. You piece of shit. How could you do that? You're an asshole. And then people like point out that his approval ratings are bad. That guy's a failure and he sucks and he's terrible. It's like, God, you are a sensitive little bitch. Well, now Jimmy Kimmel made a joke about the White House correspondence thing, and it's very important that we mention this. Before the shooting, and now Donald Trump wants Jimmy Kimmel pulled off the air immediately because he made a joke and didn't know a shooting was about to happen. Jimmy Kimmel should be canceled for not having a crystal ball. And here's what pisses me off about Trump. This is the second time he's made me defend Jimmy Kimmel, and I don't want to defend Jimmy Kimmel. I want to make fun of Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel's embarrassing because he used to be a guy that you could look to and be like, that guy's good. That guy's funny. That guy's all comedy. He's none of this bullshit, none of the political stuff. And then 2016 happens, and I mean, remember Jimmy Kimmel was the guy who brought Jay Leno on his show during the whole Conan Jay thing, and he just talked shit right to Jay's face. He was awesome. And I like Jay Leno, but that was a really ballsy moment. And then Trump gets in there and he just breaks. He's crying all the time and me son died. His son didn't die, but like me son and all this shit. And you're just like, God damn it. You just, do we not have the drop anymore? Oh, damn, I'll have to settle for this one.
Okay, faggot, what's next?
Who the fuck okayed that?
What is the major problem, do you think?
Too much hormones.
So now Donald Trump says we got to pull Jimmy Kimmel off the air. You know, Mr. Free Speech, Mr. Say Whatever You Want, Mr. Conservatives are being censored. This is the second time Trump has said that Kimmel should be thrown off the air. The other one was for a bullshit. They said it was a Charlie Kirk joke. It wasn't even a Charlie Kirk joke. So here's the joke in question that Jimmy Kimmel told that Donald Trump now thinks Jimmy Kimmel should be fired for. And I don't care who I voted for. I don't care what political party you belong to. If you're saying that someone should be canceled over a joke, you're wrong and you're gay.
I do want to praise the POTUS. Look how far you've come. 30 years ago, you were just some
rich guy on Jeffrey Epstein's private jet out of Teterboro, but you worked hard, you stayed friends, you shared some wonderful secrets, and because of that, you were able to fly on that plane 7 more times. Dreams really do come true.
Come on. That's a good joke. Donald Trump should always be made fun of for being on the Epstein list. Donald Trump should always be insulted for being on the Epstein list. And mostly, Donald Trump should be absolutely pilloried every time he appears in public for protecting the pedophiles and the disgusting vermin that are on the Epstein list, like Howard Lutnick, who's in his cabinet.
Am I right, Dog the Bounty Hunter? That's right. We miss you so much. And of course, our First Lady Melania is here. Look at Melania, so beautiful. Mrs. Trump, you have a glow like an expectant widow.
So he did a little like, this is what I would do if I was at the White House Correspondents' Dinner doing the thing, right? So like on his Thursday show, he does a bit where he's going to do the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and he does those jokes. Then, because he said you have the glow of an expectant widow, and then a guy runs into the fucking hotel and he tries to take shots at people. Now all of a sudden, oh, Jimmy Kimmel should be fired. Jimmy Kimmel should be canceled. First of all, if you just let ratings take their course, Jimmy Kimmel will be canceled within a few years. But, you know, for Donald Trump, for Mr. Big Nut, say whatever you want, Donald Trump, to now all of a sudden be like, oh, he sucks, he's terrible, he made jokes about me, he should be fired. And he's literally writing on Truth Social to Disney and ABC telling them, you have to fire Jimmy Kimmel. That's fucking pussy shit. That doesn't work. That's not okay. Trump is full of shit. And again, it was 2 days before it happened. So Jimmy Kimmel, I'm trying to follow the logic here. So Jimmy Kimmel should be canceled and he should be fired. So now the right-wingers, the MAGA, like MAGA went from, and this is why I'm America First and MAGA is a completely dead brand. MAGA went from no more wars to whoever the Jews need me to bomb will do it. MAGA went from small government to expand military spending by hundreds of billions of dollars. MAGA went from let's get Doge in there and cut a bunch of useless government spending to, oh, all we could get in this big, beautiful bill was $63 billion in budget cuts. Meanwhile, we're going to raise spending by $400 billion. So, you know, and then MAGA went from, you know, Tucker Carlson to Mark Levin. And then MAGA went from no cancel culture, free speech, let people make jokes, legalize comedy. Remember, Elon said that too. That bad man made jokes about me, fire him. Twice you've done this now, twice. Now, if Trump wants to do a victory lap and he wants to make fun of Jimmy Kimmel and Colbert if they get fired for sucking at their job, that's fine. He's allowed to do that. But this trying to put your thumb on the scales and get people fired, complete bullshit. I don't care who you are. It's a complete dickless move for sure. $1 from the Steel Toe Morning Show says, Karmic says, send him the link. Oh, I would love to. Dan Vicious, but I don't think my audience would like. God, I would like it. Dan Vicious with $1 says, Schroyer is debating Andrew Wilson about Trump on Modern Day Debate soon. That'll be a fun one to watch. Taipan with $1 says, we only have free speech if it's for Trump or the Uden. What? What do you mean? I don't get it. I don't know what you mean. Sam Show says, MAGA was America first, but then I love Jews. Right? It's, God, you know, and it's not even Jews either. You know what it is? You know, the more I watch it, the more I follow it, the more I go to mass and everything, you know what it is? It's fucking evangelicals, man. You can say, oh, it's the Jews, it's the Jews, it's the Jews. There are more Christian evangelical Zionists than there are Jewish Zionists in the world. You understand that? Person for person, total population, because ultra-Orthodox Jews are not Zionists. They don't think Israel should exist. They think it's a blasphemous state. And there are tens of, if not, there's only 16 million Jews in the world. There are tens of millions, if not 100 million American evangelicals who are Zionists. They're dispensationalists. They're gross. and they suck. And Jewish Zionists could not have the access and the power they had if they didn't have their coon boys, the evangelicals, to be the Stephen to their Monsieur Candy. 100%. If you deny that part, you're too laser focused on one thing. You can't walk and chew gum at the same time. McBuster says, yeah, see, Sam Show says, now you've turned the JQ into it's evangelicals. My God, you're fucking stupid. No, Sam Show, I'm sorry. You can't look at both at the same time. You're a googly-eyed fuck. You're like, I have to watch the Jews. Meanwhile, the Christian Zionists sneak up on you and fuck you up the ass. Guys like you just get railroaded up the ass by the Paula Whites of the world because you can't keep your eye on Jewish Zionists while also looking at these evangelicals. You understand, both of these groups could go away and there would still be enough support in the other group to keep this stranglehold on our government. So, again, I'm sorry, Sam Show. You just can't keep your eye on the ball. Los Federales with $1 says, Aaron, marry, fuck, kill, gay edition. I don't want to. You can't, for $1, you can't make me play gay, fuck, marry, kill. Fine. You guys better knock out tonight's goal. You're doing great so far, but I'm suspect. You guys are doing great with the memberships, by the way. I'm not keeping up with the number here. 62 away from 700. Thank you. Los Federales with $1 says, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Donald Trump. May the odds be in your favor. No, because I have to sodomize one of them. I don't want to. Fuck Jimmy Kimmel, marry Jimmy Fallon. I can't say the third one because I'll get kicked off of all my streaming platforms. But there you go. Sam Show's not taking me educating him very well, but it's okay. I'm not going to get bogged down with Sam Show because if you don't immediately go, it's all Jews, every Jew, everywhere. Like Sam Show is one of those guys that is so easily run over by the powers that be because you can distract him with a shiny Star of David and then just everybody can just come over and smack him in the face with their agenda because he can't keep his eye on two at the same time. Like, I can watch Mike Huckabee and go, you enable this fucking Netanyahu cocksucker. Because I expect Israelis to be Zionists and to lobby us to do their shit. But you know what you could always do? And somebody should come by and tell them, no, go fuck yourself. Like Kennedy did. Like Eisenhower did. Kennedy was a little more aggressive with it. But like, if you don't keep these Christian evangelical Zionist crazy motherfuckers intact, or keep them in check, you're going to have just as big a problem. Sam Show doesn't get that, but I don't want to get bogged down because you get bogged down with Sam Show, you go into crazy town is where you end up. Gift a membership, throw a couple of bucks our way. Thank you very much. Let's go into Minnesota, man. We got some things cooking in Minnesota. And not the Asian carp. And I'm sorry, Sam Show. I know I probably got you worked up. I apologize. You got me worked up too. I just got to set you straight sometimes. Nothing personal. In Minnesota, we've got this flag thing going on. You know, where we've got cities one by one. They're kind of watching each other to see who goes first. In this, like, because our new flag looks like the Somali flag. It's terrible. I was driving to the gym today, and I saw one of those new flags hanging from the fence of someone's house. And I started daydreaming a little bit about pulling it up out of the thing. Like I was like, I want to go and I just want to rip that flag out and just toss it in a garbage somewhere. It's just such an embarrassing flag to have. But some cities are saying we're going to vote to fly the old flag and the 1858 Minnesota flag, and that's going to be our official flag that we fly on city grounds, and that's legal in the Minnesota Constitution. The Democrats are now unhappy about that, so now they've passed a bill that says this is so silly, if a city flies the old flag, the state will cut off funding to them. So you won't get state funding for whatever it is your city gets state funding for if you fly the old flag. I mean, man, you talk about petty bitch shit. This is about as petty bitchy as it gets. By the way, somebody writes in and says, I want to make a pro-Jew name in the chat just to fuck with Sam show. He doesn't have a good sense of humor about it. I will tell you that much. But he loves the show, so he can't say goodbye. He's locked in, unfortunately. So the Zumbrota City Council is voting tonight on whether or not they're going to fly the old flag. And now the Democrats are about to say, hey, not so fast. You fly that old flag. We're taking all your money away. I can't fault any city for bending to the will of the state on that one because you need your funding. But it would be pretty crazy. It would be pretty awesome if these cities stood their ground. Let's take a look.
This is the big leagues. 4 international territories compete for the title.
Oh, they're embedding the ads into the... You sons of bitches.
MasterChef Global Gauntlet. All new Wednesdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
Okay, in one Minnesota city, the new flag, state flag, is out, and the old flag is back in. The city of Zumbrota is bringing back the 1983 state flag.
Yeah, some say it is about heritage, but the mayor is saying it is just petty. Fox 9's Mike Mann.
How is it petty? I need that explained. They like the old flag better. The new flag sucks. It looks like a Somali flag. It's awful. How is it petty? Like, if I like the old one and I don't like the new one and enough people in my city agree, why can't... I don't understand how that's petty. I think it's kind of petty to change the flag. Why can't we think that? Why can't we think it's petty to change it in the first place?
Tony is live in Zumbrota tonight. So, Mike, we're only talking about one flag here, right?
Yeah, one flag as in just
to
a
rule them
single
all.
flag, and you will not find it here outside City Hall. Only one state flag hangs on city property, and it is inside the city council chambers. But for some, the flag that hangs there matters.
And we have other pressing issues in
That's
the
the
city
mayor.
of Zumbrota.
Zumbrota Mayor Todd Hamill is talking about...
That, by the way, that's every
debate.
small town mayor in Minnesota. They've all got like a bar hoodie on. You know, they're all dressed like construction workers. It's kind of cool because a lot of the mayors in those towns are construction workers because the mayor is a part-time gig. The city council meets like once a month in some of these towns. I think in Litchfield it was twice a month meeting. I could be wrong.
For the state flag, you won't find it on the pole outside City Hall.
The only place we fly the state flag is in council chambers.
But after a council vote Thursday night, this flag will come down and this one will go up.
People are seeing the current flag as a Democrat, the previous flag as a Republican.
The state debuted
But it's not even that. What it is just retarded versus normal. It's not Republican or Democrat.
latest flag 2 years ago to replace this one from 1983, which some didn't like because of the way it depicted a Native American.
I wanted to maintain the heritage and culture and the legacy that established and built Minnesota.
He's dressed like the guy who sings the racist songs on YouTube from the 1800s. How about this guy's the conservative and the guy wearing the Tavern 22 hoodie's a lib? Zumbrota's a weird place.
City Council member Kevin Amundson pushed to bring back the old state flag to this corner spot in the council meeting room.
So I don't see it as a petty thing. I see it as a responsibility.
He says it's about the state's history, but admits it's also about politics because of how the new flag came to be.
Our elected representatives outsourced it to an unelected committee.
But whether you prefer the new flag or the old one, the mayor says since it only hangs in this one spot,
it's kind of a moot point.
Yeah, but okay, maybe, but you could say it's petty, whatever. But also, what else are you going to do in Zumbrota? What else? I mean, there's nothing else to do in Zumbrota, so you might as well take this one on. It's very interesting. Then there's Invergrove Heights, and I think tonight, Invergrove Heights is also talking about switching the flag. Yeah, so Zumbrota and Invergrove Heights are both voting tonight to go to the old flag. And now the state of Minnesota is passing a law. They want to pass a law that says we'll take away your state funding if you pass that new flag. Fucking retarded. Really stupid. Where's the here? I want to see Minnesota flag state funding. A new proposal in the Minnesota legislature would cut funding to Minnesota cities that refuse to fly the state flag. Let's see if Inver Grove Heights, apparently their meeting was at 6 o'clock. They might have passed this thing already. Let's see. Inver Grove Heights. No, I don't see anything on Twitter. We'll consider a resolution on Monday. Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. Or at least on Twitter, they haven't updated it. Okay. So we've got, I think Elk River, too. Elk River is another one that decided they were going to fly the old one. DFL lawmakers have proposed pulling funding from Minnesota cities that refuse to fly the state flag. If passed, so they haven't passed it yet. I'm sorry. The bill directs the Minnesota Commissioner of Revenue to cut aid to any city or county that flies a flag other than the new official Minnesota state flag. Under the bill, aid would be reduced by 10%. Well, now who's being petty? If changing the flag is petty, what is cutting their state funding and hurting their citizens? Like, is that not petty? The cut in aid would take effect the year after the incorrect flag is to be flown by the municipality. The law would take effect starting in 2027. Well, there goes any of your high ground for, what's petty and what isn't. God. You better fly the flag we want you to fly. I'm sorry, we're just tired. We're just tired of Somali-looking shit everywhere. That's all it is. Everywhere we look, it's like, oh, look, Somali fraud. All right, we're dealing with that. Ilhan Omar said some old retarded shit today. We were going to play it on tomorrow's show. Ilhan referenced World War XI today. She doesn't know how to read Roman numerals on the teleprompter. And then this fucking flag. It's just, we're done. Dan Vicious with $1 says you're conflating the different factions that voted Trump and claimed MAGA. Big tent has collapsed. That's what I mean. That was kind of my point. Is that whole coalition is kind of falling apart. $1 from 191 Redbird says they're already talking about using this funding avenue to force places to take Section 8 housing in 2027. Wow, you know what? I believe it. Why am I not surprised? Because there are a lot of cities, I think St. Joe is one of them here, they don't want Section 8 housing for obvious reasons. It fucks up property values, increases crime, just makes shit dirtier. So they don't want Section 8 housing. And okay, that makes sense. And now the Democrats are going to be like, if you don't want us to fucking dirty up and shitty up your city, then we're going to cut your funding and we're going to make you shitty up your city. It's like, God, you just want to export your shitty Minneapolis horseshit to our cities no matter what. And when we tell you to go fuck off and we make it on our own, you know what this is? Rural Minnesota is doing better than Minneapolis, so they got to find a way to even the scales and take those outstate Minnesota hillbillies and rubes and take them down a peg or two. So you will take our Section 8 trash or we'll cut your funding. You're rebelling against our flag? They're basically acting like, King John against the Northern Barons. Taipan with $1 says the governments are taking the beauty out of everything. They started this sterile flag nonsense in Britain for city flags. Now it's here. It's all conditioning. Well, God, in England, you can't even fly the old English flag with the cross on it. They'll take that down because they've deemed that that's racism now. Das Optic Nerve with $1 says vexology is a strange topic. I like it. Thank you, guys, for the blueberry. Thank you for all the blueberries. I appreciate it. We are almost into double digits away from the goal tonight. You guys are doing great. Let's see. In the next 8 minutes, what do you think about $20? What do you think about $20 or 4 memberships in the next 8 minutes? Let's do that. I think that puts us in a good spot. Mikey Two Milk says, funny how Minnesota government can withhold state funding over a flag, but cries when the federal government holds money over fraud. Typical liberal hypocrites. Yes. Hey, we're going to withhold the money. And by the way, not just withholding random federal funding. We're going to withhold the funding for the program you're committing fraud on until you can show us that you're not going to fuck this up. And then we go, oh, that's terrible, that's awful. Meanwhile, a city wants to fly a different flag because your new flag sucks shit, and you're going to take money away from them that has nothing to do with the flag issue. You're just being petty. So it's worse than hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy with a little added zest to it, if you will. Tim the Toolman Taylor says, remember old Timmy said everything outside the cities is just rocks and cows. He did say that. So thank you guys. 62 memberships away from 700 and close to double digits. I say in the next 7 minutes, a nice little 20 spot comes in. And we're looking golden for this week. Thank you. It would be a perfect Monday, and I appreciate it. Let's see. Das Optic Nerve says vexillology is the study of flags encompassing their history, symbolism, design, and usage. What a gay name for it. Hate it. Hate it. Redbird with $1 says, you will not have a culture, you will not have a legacy, you will not be proud of your ancestors, and you will not accept, and you will accept the multicultural commie slopification of your lands. See, again, and Sam Show's going to be mad at me for this one, too. This is those Christian Zionists and those Jewish Zionists working together. That Muslim immigration into the West. Jewish NGOs, wars that Israel wants, and us saying that we need to go clean up the Middle East of all these heathens and make it good for Jesus coming back. All these crazy evangelical fuckers who read way too much Jonathan Darby. Them working together caused a lot of this bullshit. They were useful idiots for one another's agenda. And that's why we're where we are. Becky Joe says, when the flag change was happening, wasn't there one with a green stripe and a different star that was originally going to be a new one? I guess that wasn't Somali enough. There were 5 or 6 different flags that they were considering, and they did decide to go with the most Somali of them. Redbird with $1 says, you're not going to like it, but the majority of the Islamic immigration into Europe and a good chunk of the American is a result of the Catholics. I plead guilty on that one. That was the Catholic Charities. That was a mistake. That's not something, and it is nice to hear Pope Leo say that, like, a lot of these Muslims should be staying in their own country and making it better. That's it. Like, that was nice to hear him say that. He's like, this mass migration into these cultures and these areas where they don't seem compatible is not a long-term good idea. He goes, it would be a better idea if a lot of these Muslim immigrants would stay in their own countries and improve them and make them better. And I thought Pope Leo was right on about that. That's a good about face that the church did. However, if we don't stop bombing them and going to war with these places, it's not really going to matter. The bombs have to stop dropping and the wars have to stop, and then people won't want to leave. Or at least it makes it easier for them not leaving. And if you just close the fucking doors to our countries, then they won't have a choice. I mean, there's a reason Egypt and Saudi Arabia and these other Middle Eastern countries don't want to take these migrants. They know what a headache it is, and they don't want any part of it. And they know the West will do it, so they'll just keep quiet. Redbird with $1 says the upper reaches of the Catholic Church have been thoroughly infiltrated by communism and multiculturalism. Actually, they just did a study that they found the younger priesthood and the younger cardinals are far more conservative. That the change is starting to shift toward conservative, like in a huge way. It's like 84% of the clergy under the age of 40 consider themselves conservative Catholics. So that's kind of nice. I mean, we're talking like reversing Vatican II conservative. So, wow. Speaking of which, SSPX Bishop Fele says there is a high probability that he and other SSPX clergy will be excommunicated. I could have my Catholic dogma wrong here. The SSPX, that is the more anti-Vatican II end of the Catholic Church. That is the part of the Catholic Church that Mel Gibson's kind of a fan of. I just want to check myself on this because I'm pretty sure Society of St. Pius the 10th is a traditionalist Catholic group founded in 1970 by Archbishop Marcel Lefebvre, often referred to as a Lefebvrean or SSPX, Society of St. Pius X Catholics, dedicated to preserving the Latin Mass and resisting reforms from the Second Vatican Council. Okay, so I did have that right. I just wanted to make sure I didn't want to bullshit you. However, this Bishop Felle, who is a Society of St. Pius X, says that they could be excommunicated. I hope that doesn't happen. Leave it, I hope the church doesn't do that. The church would be fucking up. There are more converts coming in now more than ever, and a lot of those converts see themselves as conservative Catholics. They want the whole wafer, pardon the pun. They want, the tradition. They want the Catholic Church the way it is. They don't want a Pope Francis kind of a march towards, ELCA, Lutheranism, rainbow sashes and shit like that. People are coming to the Catholic Church because they see the tradition and they see the conservative nature of it. And they go, that's what we want. This is our oasis from the craziness that is our current political climate. So you better not get rid of these SSPX guys. These are the types that are going to get people through the doors.
I prefer not to be prophet here, but I'm pretty sure that there is an enormous probability that all of you, we included of course, may be excommunicated, declared schism. There is a very high probability because they already said it in public, so they are, so to say, forcing themselves to do it. But whatever, God can do miracles. It's not the end. It's not the end. But our history shows that God wants us to be a sign of contradiction. A sign of contradiction which reveals a lot of hearts.
There are, the Society of St. Pius X is actually really interesting. I believe that's the same organization that some of them, the more extreme SSPX Catholics, believe that the church that's being run by Leo right now is a counterfeit church that's running alongside, that's running parallel to the real church. There are SSPX members who feel that way. I hope they don't do that. I hope he's wrong. I hope he's just being doom and gloom, because Catholicism has never been, in the last 20, 30 years, the Catholic Church has never been in a better place than it is now. People are fucking back. They've had more converts this Easter season than they've had since the turn of the century. Please don't fuck that up. Please don't fuck that up. Redbird with $1 says, do what Poland does, set up minefields and blow the limbs off the refugees until they stop trying to come in. How long does it take traditionally for them to take the hint? Dan Vicious with $1 says the Catholic and Lutheran charities were taken over by the groups trafficking children. Redbird with $1 says that shit doesn't happen without something being rotten to the core. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that guy's just being a little negative. Randall Flagg says Society of St. Pius X is appointing bishops, meaning they are in schism. Figure it out, please. Please figure it out. This is not what we need right now. You got to admit, Leo's way less of a commie than Francis was. I like Leo more than I like Francis. And I think they'll keep becoming more and more conservative as time goes on. All right, let's talk about this guy. We actually mentioned him this morning on the show. The guy who during the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting was just sitting there calmly eating salad. Love that. Oh, by the way, you guys got down to double digits. We're 100. We're just under $100 away from tonight's goal. So thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's get that 100 down. Let's keep chipping away. We've got an hour to do it. I think that's very doable. Not only that, I don't think we've had Guys, I don't think we've had a contribution over $5 tonight. Let's knock it out doing it that way. I would fucking love that. Let's do the blueberries and the golden showers and all of that shit. I love it. Thank you so much. I don't want anything over a 5 membership drop tonight. I want to do it that way. That would be cool. So there was this guy in the middle of the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting who, while everyone else was hiding under their tables, he just had a case of the fuckets, and he decided he was going to sit at his table and just munch. He wasn't done with his lettuce. He wasn't done with his salad, so he was going to stay eating salad while everyone else panics, while the guys with the guns come up onto the stage. There was also a woman, God bless her heart, I hope they find out who that was. While everybody was hiding under the tables, she was grabbing the bottles of champagne and putting them into her bag. That's an awesome move. I love that. But they actually got an interview with this guy. Here he is. Everybody's hiding under the tables. And this guy's just calmly chilling and enjoying his salad. He has to get his roughage. He has to get his greens in. Listen, you can hear people shouting in the background, and this guy's just chilling. It really makes everyone who's hiding under a table look like a bitch. So they found this guy, and they interviewed him, and as long as this guy's not some secret pedo, he's rad.
I'm here with Michael Bland. Many of you know him. He was the guy eating the salad when people are under the table. Michael, what was going on there? You weren't nervous?
Born and raised in New York. It didn't scare me at all. I didn't want to miss the show. So I figured everybody's down on the floor. 2 other reasons I wouldn't do it. 1, I have a bad back. I couldn't get down on the floor.
Okay.
2, I'm a hygiene freak. There's no way I'm putting my tux on that dirty floor.
I like this guy. So he's like, I'd rather get a bullet in my fucking head than get dirt on my tux. I like this dude. He wanted to enjoy his salad. He came to the White House Correspondents' Dinner for an experience. He got one, and he wasn't going to miss it by staring at the floor, fucking up his back, and getting dirt on his tux. This guy's all right.
It wasn't going to happen. I was watching the show. Didn't want to miss anything.
All right, Michael Bland, so good to be with you. Thanks so much.
Okay, I haven't gone back into the chat yet since we played this. I have a theory. I'm going to bet you that when I go into the chat, I just have a feeling, and again, I haven't seen it. I have a feeling that Sam Show is going to write something about this woman's background. And if he didn't, then I'm going to admit I was wrong. But I just got some weird tingling in the back of my head. I'm like, Sam Show's not going to be able to help himself. He's going to have to point something out about this lady. All right, let me go into the chat. First of all, thank you, Redbird, for the $. Says, I believe it was an Atlantic reporter that also got head back chugging straight from a bottle of wine. Nice. Good work. Yeah, Papa Shab says that guy knows it's bullshit. Yeah, that guy's been around. He knows. Sam Show says, it's not actually, he's quoting me. It's not actually Jews. It's this other group inspired by fucking Jews because I'm a big fat retard. Wow, he's still on this. I must have really gotten under his skin. Holy shit, Sam Show. He's coping so hard that he's saying something I never even said. I said that the evangelicals enable them, and he can't deal with that because, Sam Show, when someone calls out something that you do and then you go, oh shit, I didn't realize that I did that, all you got to do is make the small adjustment. I've done it 1,000,000 times. Sam Show says, yes, Aaron, she's Albanian. No, you got me. You got me. Papa Shab says, I fear no man, but that thing, it scares me. She is kind of weird. Sam Show says, yes, I'm very angry. Yeah, I know. I got under your skin, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. Gidgy Gal says, how many people did you have watching in 2020 when you moved to the internet? Evening shows did about 175 to 200. Why, where are we right now? 267. It's kind of a slow night for us, but 267's better than we used to do. And when we came to the internet, we did about 600 to 700 in the morning. And then it went down a little bit, and now it's back up. So I would say we've maintained our audience, but I don't want to brag. We've grown it a little. We've grown it quite a bit if you count subscribers and total views. We've really grown our audience. But the live audience, I would say in the evening, it's up a little from when we started. And the morning, it's up a little. Not a ton, but it's up a little. So I hope that makes you happy. I certainly don't want to upset you with that information. Last week, we let you know that Shannon Elizabeth was doing an OnlyFans 25 years after anyone wanted her to. She's 54 years old. The actress decided she was going to do an OnlyFans, Nadia from American Pie, and apparently in her first week there, she's made $1 million. Look, is OnlyFans good for us? No, I think it's really, really bad for us. I think societally, OnlyFans is a much bigger negative than any positivity it brings with it. But this is how the devil works, though. Like, how are you supposed to tell someone not to make $1 million in a week? I mean, I don't think Shannon Elizabeth is getting $1 million movie deals anymore. I don't think Shannon Elizabeth is getting endorsement deals at 54 years old for $1 million. But she can go on OnlyFans and people can be like, oh, I want to pay $5 a month to see Nadia's tits, her 54-year-old tits. And she makes $1 million. A source told us that the American Pie star has officially made over 7 figures as of today. Over half of that was earned through direct messages. There you go. Direct messages to OnlyFans users, while tips and posts accounted for the rest. So basically, over half of that was earned through. So basically, people are writing to her, they're DMing her, and you're like, oh my God, Nadia, can you show me your tits? And she's like, oh, $25. I'll give you a titcha. So these guys are just in her DMs, just throwing, I mean, I'm guessing hundreds of dollars, some of them, unfortunately, thousands of dollars, just so they can see one of their like teenage crushes and her 50-some-year-old titties. I mean, I'm just, my heart breaks for any men who are throwing that kind of money around at OnlyFans. It's terrible. Women who are going to see this story and then be like, I could make a shitload of money on OnlyFans. You know how dumb I am? Like 3 or 4 years ago, there was this woman, I think it was on Facebook or Snapchat. I can't remember, but it was about 3 or 4 years ago. I think it was Facebook. And she would post on her story on Facebook about how she got this really generous clip or a really generous tip from her clients. And I would see it. She would post it online. And I would go, oh, is she like, I thought maybe she was in senior citizen care. I thought she like maybe worked at a nursing home, but maybe it was like a nursing home for wealthy people and they gave her tips. And she would post like $100 and it would say, thank you. She would go, look at this tip I got from one of my clients. The bitch, like this hoe, was like posting the money people were tipping her for OnlyFans and like bragging about it to her friends and family on social media. And I didn't realize this until like long after I don't see these posts anymore, or this person doesn't post this shit anymore. Maybe they're not doing OnlyFans anymore. Like, I realized this like a year ago. I'm like, oh shit, that's what that bitch was doing. Oh, dirty. Like, not only are you doing it, but you're like a regular person. You're bragging about it on social media. It's really a terrible thing for us. There's no winner in the OnlyFans game, except maybe the people raking in millions of dollars, which would be, the Israelis who own it. But, it's just like the best you can do is like that. What's that? The girl's name, Madison something. The one who's always debating that Fishback guy in Florida. She's like a massive deal on OnlyFans. She makes a shitload of money. And she recently bought a cattle farm. And like Amaranth is buying gas stations and shit like that. It's like, hopefully in your 20s, you can do that OnlyFans shit, make millions of dollars in dirty, filthy, disgusting porn money. And then hopefully by the time you're 27, 28, it's not too late for you to start a family. You can invest that money in something that will work for you, and you can get out of the disgusting showing your titties for tips on the internet. But even then, like, once you do it, you've done it. You know, it's like girls who do like Pornhub style pornography. It's like, once you've done it, you've done it. No matter what you do to make money the rest of your life, we know where that seed money came from, no pun intended. It's like Mia Khalifa now tries to do other things. And then people are like, I loved your porn movies. And she was like, don't say I ever did that. That's not what I do now. Don't identify me with that. It's like, bitch, you wouldn't be getting paid for anything if it wasn't for that. Like women like Lisa Ann and like other adult film stars who now have gone on to other things. Like she does fantasy football stuff and she's very successful with it. But she doesn't run from the fact of like how she became famous. She's like, yeah, you know, that's what I did. It's like, there's something about these women who do it, make a lot of money, and then never want you to mention it again. It's like, well, then if it's something that you think has to be kept a secret later on, then maybe you shouldn't do it in the first place. Maybe people bringing it up for the rest of your life and the shame that comes with that is like, that's the real labor you have to pay for making that much money. Let's continue on. A lot of blueberries in the chat. $1 from Randall Flagg says Aaron has 5-2 odds on Poly Market that Aaron will be Scamst's baby godfather. Even if it comes out black. Sorry, Mayo Mobleys. I don't know what that means. Scamst's. Rob with $1 says, Aaron, we all know they aren't talking to her, but a bunch of Jeets. Oh, you think that's who's sending the pictures? $1 from Redbird says, I mean, you did flaunt April in a bikini in front of all of us and brag about caving the bed frame in on a daily basis. Yeah, it was a disgusting piece of shit. And to prove my point, there you go. You just brought it up again. So that actually totally executes my point. Thank you. Redbird with $1 says, you would know better than most that the number of men that can't be tempted by a pair of tits is almost zero. Okay, there's a pair of tits, and then there's 54-year-old Shannon Elizabeth. I mean, that is 100% nostalgia titty. That's not like I really need to see Shannon Elizabeth naked now. I wish I would have seen her naked during the American Pie. Well, we did. And I would like to have my own personal photo. Does she wear her hijab in her fuck videos, says Rusty Grammar. Mia Khalifa? Yeah, I believe she did. Oh, Randall Flagg was saying Scarlett's baby. I did. I thought the best part of that Ethan interview today was me getting Ethan to say, yeah, we've talked about having a baby. I'm like, well, there you go. There's the interview. That's what you wanted to get out of that. Drama and fighting and rage baiting. It's like, what are you, fucking gay? You don't know how to do interviews. You don't know how to do any of this. Stop streaming. The baby information, that's the fascinating part. And I did write to SP. I'm like, if they do have a baby, like, I was like, you and I have to adopt it because I don't think that's, if those two, either they have to both change because the baby's there and they're going to move to Mexico and raise it together, or I'm like, you and I got to adopt that kid. She's like, nope, that's no way. We're not adopting Scarlett and Ralph's baby. I'm like, all right, we got to get it to somebody responsible. And so I said, Kevin Brennan. Kevin Brennan should adopt Scarlett and Ethan Ralph's baby. And then she's like, no. I said, how about Keanu? I didn't say Keanu and Gino because, how many years? Gino's going to be the old man at the graduation. They're going to be like, oh, it's her grandpa. We settled on Mersh and Ice Dancer should adopt Ralph and Scarlett's baby and they could raise it together. I think that's probably how we should do it. Guys, we are officially into the double digits, 95 away from tonight, and we've done it $5 and under. Keep it up. Here's my deal. Let's get to 50 by 8 o'clock. Huh? Because our rally segments nowadays, they don't rally very much. So we got to get closer and closer to 0 by rally segment. Otherwise, things get dicey. In the next 12 minutes, let's do $45. Let's gift those memberships, throw in a few dollars. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Mike Vrabel, I still love this story. Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini. Diana Rossini came out publicly and said, I'm not saying anything. If there was an affair, if there was an affair, I deny it. I'm leaving my job at The Athletic. Leave me alone. Mike Vrabel comes out and he's like, yeah, I've talked to my family. I've talked to my friends. I apologized for all the hurt I caused. I'm really sorry. If you're Diana Rossini, you got to be going, motherfucker. Like, clearly they're not talking to each other because they do not have a cohesive message with one another. But Mike Vrabel said this weekend, I'm not going to be at the draft. I'm not going to be with the team at the draft. I'm letting the assistant coaches and the general managers handle everything. They've got it. I'm going to go get counseling so I can kick this demon and I can get over these problems that I have with the cheating and the hooking up and everything else. Well, apparently as of today, Mike Vrabel was back with the team. So Thursday to Sunday, a 4-day counseling session, and don't worry, all of his problems are fixed. He's good to go. So Mike Vrabel is apparently all set now with the Patriots. He was back at their facility today, just 2 days after he missed the final day of the NFL draft to begin counseling amid the Diana Rossini scandal. Vrabel, according to NFL insider Adam Schefter, was at work on Monday, seemingly going about his business as usual. So, hey, guys, it just means that he heals really, really quickly. It means that he's a really fast learner. He grasped the concepts of his counseling, and now he and his wife are great. Apparently, the counseling went like this. The counselor said, Mr. Vrabel, you're not supposed to sleep with women who aren't your wife. You're supposed to say no and not have sex with them. And he stared at the ground for a minute, and then he went, oh, okay. Yeah, no, I got that. Totally. Oh my God, honey, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that. Doc, is that the rule for real? That, oh my God, that's so helpful. I wish you would have told me that a few years ago because I've just been fucking this Diana Rossini. No, Mr. Vrabel, we know. We're aware. We know you've been having sex with this woman a lot. That's why we're here. We just don't do that in the future. Oh, yeah, for sure. I can do that. Yeah. Oh, man, honey, I am so sorry. I just spaced on the whole thing. Yeah, I'll be fine. So I'm good. I can go. Well, Mr. Vrabel, we think you should keep coming back to counseling. I mean, we don't want this kind of thing to happen again. You and your wife get divorced. It would be terrible. Oh, no, that would be terrible. But I figured it out now. I can't put my dick in journalist cunts. Right, but Mr. Vrabel, you see, you can't do that to any woman anywhere. Not even my wife. No, Mr. Vrabel, you should only do it to your wife. That's the... You know what? Doc, thank you so much. Honey, thank you so much for being patient. I got it now. I'm going to go back to the team. In fact, counselor, I'm going to share this information with a lot of the black guys that play football for me because I see the way they act. I think they could use this message too. I appreciate it. Thank you. So Vrabel's good. Vrabel is, he and Diana Rossini are no more. They're not together. And he's back with his spouse. I don't know if Diana Rossini is back with hers, but he's apparently good to go, and he's back with the team. Randall Flagg says Vrabel needs a better-looking side piece like Bill Belichick. Now, wait a minute. Belichick doesn't have a side piece, does he? Belichick just has the one. He has the one girl, and that's it. He has. By the way, is he still coaching at North Carolina? You don't. I just realized you don't hear anything about Bill Belichick anymore. 74 years old. Jordan Hudson gives Bill Belichick WAG status at cheer competition. Jordan Hudson awards title to boyfriend Bill Belichick after her latest cheerleading competition. Is he still He is the current head coach of the University of North Carolina Tar Heels. It is kind of weird that like every couple of months they're like, yeah, Belichick. Like even when they hired him to do the job last year, they were like, oh, he's going to leave. Like, how can he leave? He just got here. He hasn't even coached a game. And then like 6 games into the year last year, they're like, oh, Bill Belichick's going to leave the Tar Heels. And you're like, well, God, can't you take a little time to build something? But I suppose if you're 74 years old, you don't have too much time. Anna Wall says, you want a crack, baby? You're making me angry. I'm fucking kidding. God. Sometimes it's just not fun. Like, really, when you have to explain, like, I'm doing a show, not writing a fucking documentary, you guys. All right? When I say we should adopt Ralph and Scarlett's kid, I got 3 kids. I don't need any more. I'm good. It's like, you guys, I don't know if you guys watch a lot of drama, gay, beta male bullshit online when you're not watching this show. But yeah, we joke around on this program. Like, I don't take any of the horseshit seriously. I'm fucking around. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, this great Southern Treadkill guy on YouTube. I fucking broke it. Add another one to the list of people I've broken. Holy shit. All right, let's try to make a little bit of money. Things are slowing down quite a bit here. $95 away from tonight, which is a good look. It's always solid to be under 100 before rally time. But I'm in my head about the rally times because they haven't been going well so far. We've had perfect weeks. We've been doing great. You guys are awesome. I get in my head about the rally segment. So 5 minutes from 8 o'clock. Let's get a few memberships in. Let's do a little something. I really like the idea of doing this $5 and less at a time, but let's have everybody throwing into the old toe. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. We love those memberships. Let's get after it. Bill Maher versus David Cross. This is like Bill Maher's becoming like the measuring stick of whether or not you've become too liberal. Because Bill is one of these guys who has not changed with the times at all. He has stayed exactly where he is. His position on shit now was his position on shit 30 years ago. Now, you can argue whether that's good or that's bad, but Bill Maher used to be considered a lefty liberal. Now, a lot of his friends in Hollywood and a lot of the politicians have gone further over to the left, which Bill Maher, and it also shows how much conservatives have moved to the left, like how we really don't have a right wing in this country. And we don't, I'll be honest, we don't have much of a left wing in this country either. Everything is pretty, corporate endorsed. They don't let the Overton window be too wide. But Bill Maher is like a center left guy now who agrees with the Republicans like 10% of the time. And to a lot of his buddies in Hollywood that he used to be on the same page with politically, now he's like damn near a Trumper to them. So Bill Maher and David Cross, who I've always thought is funny. I've always thought David Cross is great, but no one should ever mistake David Cross for a moderate. He's a very, very liberal guy. I never really cared because I don't give a shit what my comedians think politically. But Bill Maher and David Cross got into it about Zoran Mamdani in New York. And it was really fascinating to watch a guy like David Cross who has gone further to the left with the times and a guy like Bill who has just sat his ass down right on his spot and has watched the political Overton window shift around him. Let's take a look at this. And you guys throw in memberships. Let's go.
In some ways, I'm definitely, I'm politically more Democrat socialist. I believe.
You're socialist. Again, I think you're plainly then you're to the left of me if you even say you're a socialist.
Well, I said
By the way, Democratic socialist is like the biggest political cope there is. Like, well, I'm a Democratic socialist. The Democratic part is like the tool, the mechanism through which you want to accomplish the means. Like a Democratic socialist is like, I want to vote 51-49 to take a bunch of people's shit. The Democratic part is separate from the socialist part. They created the term democratic socialist because the term socialism doesn't poll well. You know, the focus groups don't like the word socialism, so they go, well, what if we throw democratic in front of it? And they're like, well, I like democracy. Say, yeah, guess what? It's still socialism. So I don't fall for it when people like David Cross go, no. I'm a democratic socialist. Doesn't matter.
Democratic socialist.
I know, but I know a democratic socialist is that's Mandami, who's a straight up communist.
No, he's not.
Okay,
No, he's not.
Okay, he has someone working.
Bill.
Yeah,
all right.
He is, first of all. Okay. He has someone working for him named Sia Weaver.
Okay.
Have you read about her?
I have not.
See, that means you're in a bubble.
Okay.
Because you should have.
It is kind of weird to watch Bill get judgmental on socialists like he does with conservatives, because like you watch him do it to conservatives and you're like, I'm used to watching Bill do this. But you watch him do it to a guy like David Cross, and he is kind of a strong-arming cunt, Bill Maher. Like, oh, that shows you're in a bubble. Well, no, just because he doesn't know who Sia Weaver is or whoever it is, like, just because he thinks Sia Weaver is somebody who pitched in Game 5 of the 1985 World Series, that doesn't mean that he's in a bubble. That just means he didn't, look into Zoran Mamdani's entire cabinet like 99.9% of the rest of the country. Bill's just a nerd.
Okay,
so
let me tell you who she is. She's
edify
like,
me.
She's like one of his top lieutenants. His big issue was the rent's too high.
Mm-hmm.
She's the head of, like, we're going to fix housing.
Mm-hmm.
This is like what got him elected. He has not disavowed her, and I could show you all her tweets that she's put.
Let me guess. I'm going to guess because Bill, as lefty as Bill can be, he still has that soft spot for Israel. I'm guessing that Bill is going to go, like, oh, you should see the things she says about Jews or the things she says about Israel. First of all, you can't really fight the landlords and the housing class without kind of going head to head with Jews. I mean, in New York City, saying the rent is too high, but then saying I'm not going to say anything critical of Jews. It's like, well, you kind of have to choose on that one.
Out over the last few years in quotes. And one of them is elect more communists.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you have to read between the lines if somebody he stands with and by is saying, and also her other quotes are like, all home ownership is racist.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes, I have an issue with that thing that she said. I don't know this woman. I will definitely look her up. I'm a fan of Mamdani's. I'm a fan of, And
I'll be honest, I'm interested to see how the Mamdani thing works out. I don't think it will. I think it's going to be a bad deal for New York, but I think New York is so far in the shitter, I'm interested to watch the experiment. It's kind of how I watch New York at this point. I kind of watch New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco as like, let's see how badly they fuck this up. Let's let New York and California be the torch that shows us where all the rats are and how fucked up the direction they're going is. So, like, I'm interested. Like, and by hook or by crook, if some of the shit Mamdani wants to do ends up working out for New York, I'll go, that's weird. I didn't think that could work. I mean, again, it's like Along Came Polly. Yeah, personally, I don't think it's going to work out, but I'm pulling for you, Rube. I mean, I don't want to see a bunch of people get hurt and the city to get into an even shittier place, but I don't know. I don't think Mamdani's the answer. Bill de Blasio was the answer. Remember that? And then he started, I mean, he's the one who ushered in this current reign of shit that they're in.
I lived in New York for 25 years.
Still smoke pot?
No, I mean, I wish. It just doesn't, I'm not good with it, and it took me fucking
forever. Well, you know what it is? You guys are 50 and 60 years old. It's time to stop with the fucking pot. David, you don't need to explain yourself. Bill, you're too old. Knock it off. Hey, you want to do light drugs? No, I have shit to do in the morning. David's like, oh, I don't like the way it was. No. You're old as fuck. No more weed.
Ever to learn my lesson, I wish I could. Because
did you used to? I feel like I've smoked pot with you.
No, I did. I just don't, my brain doesn't work well on it.
Right, because it makes you retarded. That's why. Good for you, David Cross.
You know what I mean?
Sure. You just said you like Mandani. Well, let's not argue about.
For me, it's not an argument. It's a conversation.
Okay, right.
I don't feel like it's an
right.
argument.
Okay.
And I think he also going from.
You know what I just realized? Who fucking cares what David Cross thinks about Zoran Mamdani? Here I am just trying to watch like Bill Maher, where he's gone the last 30 years, and that's staying where he is, and then getting David Cross's take on shit. But you know what you learn about Bill Maher's friends in the industry, Patton Oswalt, David Cross, all of these guys? I think they're all talented. I've liked a lot of the shit they've done. But they don't know. There's a very basic response to what they say. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Whether they're right, whether they're wrong, like they have parties where they all talk to each other and they go, isn't Mamdani great? Yeah, Mamdani's awesome. Mamdani's going to be good for fairness. I love Mamdani. Nobody asks a follow-up question. Nobody challenges them on shit. So it just takes Bill Maher going, did you know he's a fucking kook and a weirdo? And all these guys do the same thing. They go, well, you know, I just like him. I think he's going to be good and I'm excited for it. Like Bill Maher is not that different from like Ben Shapiro, where Ben Shapiro made a living off debating retarded 19-year-olds in a college somewhere about the Boy Scouts. And we were all like, oh, great facts and logic, Ben Shapiro. And then we just found out that he's a homicidal, fucking genocidal Jewish guy. Bill Maher's kind of the same way, though. Like, Bill Maher has made celebrities look as retarded as they are for 30 years by just letting them talk. And we realize, wow, these guys really don't have anything but platitudes. And then Bill Maher goes in there and kind of suns them a little bit. And we go, wow, Bill's great. Bill's so smart. It's like, no, Bill's talking to a monkey. Bill knows his stuff for like a Hollywood guy and for a lefty comedian and shit. But like, in terms of like actual politics and stuff, like he's piecing up David Cross, for God's sake. All right, let's keep going with the blueberries. The blueberries are running the chat. Keep it up, guys. Keep it going. We appreciate you. We're going to have to get moving, though. We got 25 minutes left. Double digits used to be like, we're going to knock this out. This is fait accompli. Our rallies don't rally like they used to, but you guys are still doing great. Redbird with $1 says, it just means I'm a commie bastard, but I'd prefer to avoid all that baggage of a 120-something million body count in the last century. Yeah, like, Democratic Socialist is just... I know that the branding here is fucked, so I'll just put Democratic in front of it, and hopefully no one notices that it's the same shit. Redbird with $1 says, now you're just being naive. I know, I'm always wrong. If it fails, it wasn't real socialism, and your body will be fed into the machine next in pursuit of that goal of socialist utopia. Yeah, that is the other thing they like to do. They like to go, oh, well... the thing that failed that last time? Yeah, no, that you don't understand. That wasn't the real socialism. That was the fake socialism. We're going to try the real one now. Okay, well, any day now, that would be nice because I'm starting to think this is a pattern. 191 Redbird with another $1 says, oh no, it's just repeating. Oh, I hate that part of the Rumble chat. All right, thank you guys. We're $90 away from tonight. I would love to see you guys in the next few minutes get this thing down to 50 or so. I do have a bad feeling. I think it's going to be an L tonight. I just have a weird feeling about it because I know how the rallies have been lately. Great show, though. Awesome work. I love that we got it all the way down to double digits, $1 to $5 at a time. I mean, that's just fucking awesome. And we had a great morning this morning, and the evening show crowd has been incredible, so thank you very much. But hey, I'm not giving up. I'm just being very realistic so I don't have a meltdown like I did this morning. I've been very good at handling my L's lately, knowing that this audience has got me. So I just want to put myself in a position where I'm prepared for the L and I'm not blindsided by it. But I would like you guys to throw a couple of memberships in, contribute to the show if you think it's going well. I do appreciate that. No drama today, nothing like that. Just giving you a great show, kicking ass for you. At least hit the thumbs up and the share button. All right, no panicking. Let's go on to the next thing. Apparently, Al Pacino and his 30-something, what is she, 20-something, 30-something wife had a big fight in a parking garage during a dinner date. It's just so fucking weird to watch. I don't think they're married. They had a kid together. She's in her 20s or early 30s, and Al Pacino is, 81, 82? And they just had a kid, like, in the last couple of years. And does Al Pacino just want to live the last couple of years of his life? Like, does he know there's no way this chick, like, loves him and finds him, like, attractive or anything? It's just, you're a rich, famous guy. Like, do you think he knows that? And he's like, the trade-off for that is I get to hang around with a beautiful woman for the last few years of my life. And then her thing was, I need you to put a kid in me so I can have money after you die. So I can be promised I'll be taken care of after you croak. Is that the arrangement here? Because take a look. Like, this can't, like, this looks like she's walking her grandpa to the car. This
Just for a second.
She's looking at his phone. Dude, how Chad if, like, Al Pacino at 82 years old is still, like, he's on Shannon Elizabeth's OnlyFans. He's like, bitch, get away from my phone. So what I think is happening here is the old man's trying to work an app or something on the phone, and his young bride or his young girl is like, no, Grandpa, let me show you how to work the phone. You get the fuck out of here. I can do it myself. And she's just getting pissed and impatient with the old man doddering around, pecking on his phone. She's like, you better be respectful and nice. It's like, bitch, he's out way past his bedtime. Like, they get, like, the elderly get cranky when they're out past 7. They want to be in bed by 7:15, 7:30, asleep by 8, and they get up at 4. All right? So don't blame him when he gets snippy at you when you keep him out late. The elderly are like gremlins. It's just weird that that's Michael Corleone.
They forgot about me.
Look at that. Oh, man. Al Pacino's like struggling. It's taking everything he's got to get into the passenger seat of an SUV. And she's got to drive probably because it's too late at night for his eyes. Oh, no. I don't like it when your idols get old. It's like watching that Hulk Hogan documentary and he like can't get up. And he's like Methuselah. He's just walking with a cane and he can barely move. And you're like, oh, Hulkster. But like, how does that... I don't understand the dynamic of that relationship when there's that much of an age difference. Ooh, boy. Onawal says he'll start sundowning. Yeah, like the elderly, it gets to like 7 o'clock at night and they just get pissy. They can't help it. It's like, it's not their fault. Baba Shab says, was that some kind of Hebrew curse, fighting with his dentures to yell? Yeah, he can't even fight right because his fucking teeth are falling out. 09 Canyon says, I was thinking that he's doing a good job getting in the car. Well, I guess it depends on what your standards are for an 80-some-year-old getting into a car. I think the like 4 or 5 scoots, the fact that he had to desperately get an ass cheek onto the edge of the seat and then scoot 3 or 4 times to get up there. Meanwhile, his 30-something-year-old wife is just sitting there going, when is this old fucker going to get in the car? Can I just start rolling while the door is closing? How old is Al Pacino? 86. He just turned 86 on Saturday. Happy birthday, Al. Yeah, he had a baby at 84 years old with that chick. Who is Al Pacino? Did he marry her? He's never been married. He's currently in a relationship with Noor Al-Fala. She's a 31-year-old film producer. Now, here's my question. Was she a film producer before she met Al Pacino, or is she one of those people who started dating Al Pacino and then magically she found her calling as a film producer? You know, like some people start dating a radio person and all of a sudden they find their calling as a broadcaster. Is it that kind of a thing, or is that legit what she was doing beforehand? By the way, Mountain Juice says, now watch Al Pacino die. No, wait a minute, no. We can't do this. We can't, every time I talk about someone, we can't just go like, oh, now they're going to die because Aaron talked about it. Now you guys are going to make me worried that I just gave Al Pacino the kiss of death. Don't do that.
You
No.
are cursed.
No, that's not what... No. Chef Maddock with $1 says, Wednesday morning news on the Steel Toe Show. Al Pacino has died because I talked about him. He died alongside Bill Belichick. No, I haven't killed Al Pacino. Guys, we can't miss goals and fuck around like this 10 minutes before the rally segment. Knock it off. This is shit we do when the goal is hit. All right? We're $90 away. I got news for you. Sanford's son doesn't have any more money to throw at the program this week. All right? He burnt it out by bailing our ass out this Monday. So we got to get this, we got to be focused on this 90. I like focusing on doing a great show, but we got to focus on doing this 90, not focusing on whether or not I killed Al Pacino. By the way, I did cut 20 off the goal today, so I keep saying we're doing great. We've made $60 today. So I don't know if that's necessarily great, but my standards are lower because of all our misses lately. Das Optic Nerve says, great job, Imholt. You killed Serpico. He's fine. He's not dead. He's not dying. We saw him climbing into a car. He seems to be doing all right. He's got enough energy to fight with his 31-year-old baby mama. I didn't kill anyone. Al Pacino is fine. Nobody killed Al Pacino. Al Pacino is healthy as a horse. He just turned 86 and he's doing awesome. Bill Belichick is 74. He's got plenty of mileage left on him. Who's the last person I killed? Who's the last person who we talked about him and then they died right away? Was it Chuck Norris? I feel like there was one other person. We talked about him and then that weekend they croaked. I'm not going to do that to Al Pacino. I promise. Strippers Got Me Banned says, Aaron, stop talking about the Imholt curse. It's not going to happen. Hey, by the way, get Strippers Got Me Banned a membership. Please. Sam Show says, he'll be fine. He climbed into a car, but you fucking killed Chuck Norris and you killed Hulk Hogan too. I'm still not taking responsibility for the Hulk Hogan one, even though the audience said, Aaron, within a month of you going to the Hulk Hogan beat shop and posing with his belts, he died. And they're kind of blaming me for that. And like, in a way, I get it, but I don't think that should count. Papa Shab says, you touched his belt and he died. Oh, now Sam Show says, you never killed Jews. Wait a minute. Is Luke Perry a Jew? Was Luke Perry... Nope. Shoot. I don't think I have. Nope. Hold on. No. I don't think I've killed any Jews. Uh-oh. That's... Randall Flagg says Aaron killed Ozzy. Did we talk about Ozzy before he died? I feel like you guys are now piling on people that was never part of my thing. I feel like you guys are putting shit at my feet that's not on me. This guy's a fucking pervert. I don't want to talk about that one. Oh man, this was so sad. British woman, her son died, so she left for Switzerland to undergo assisted suicide. She's 56 years old. She said she was so deeply broken by her son's death that tomorrow she's going to take her life at a Swiss clinic. I got to be honest with you, I get it. There's a lot of people who are criticizing this. They're saying it's a culture of death. It's terrible. We're going in the wrong direction. I mean, maybe, yeah, I don't believe in it. I don't think you should do it, but man, let's say that was her only child. First of all, if she's got other children, that's a really shitty move because you're basically dying and telling your other children that one was your favorite, which is kind of a shitty move. But if he's your only child, it's so irregular for parents to have to bury their children that I actually give someone a pass in that situation. Again, it's wrong. It's not something I would do. But I can't imagine losing your kid. Oh, no. I can put it this way. I understand the urge. I would like to think that I wouldn't do it. How's that? No, I didn't kill Robin Williams. Yeah, see, a lot of people are throwing a lot of shit at my feet that this show has never been responsible for. Hulkamasha Baby says the Hulkster had a super rare complication, and you're saying that you had nothing to do with that? I'm telling you, I didn't kill Hulk Hogan. That's all I'm saying. $1 from Chev Maddox says if she had to announce it, then she wants attention. That's probably a fair point. You just want people to tell you, "Oh no, don't. We don't want you to go. You should stay here. Don't do that." Yeah, you're right. If you announce it in advance like that, you want people to tell you how much they love you and how they don't want you to do it. But here's the thing. Did she follow through? Me mom died in Switzerland. Mom, son died, Switzerland. Travels to Swiss clinic to die by assisted suicide. Doesn't. Yep. Official. National Review. Grieving mother dies at Swiss suicide clinic. Wendy Duffy was her name. Healthy woman in deep grief because of the death of her son. Planning to die at a Swiss death clinic. She did the deed this weekend. April 24th. So Friday. She did it Friday. Again, just that broken up about her kid dying. How fucked up is it that we have suicide clinics though? That's gross that we have death clinics. Ew. That's I have less of a problem with this woman doing it than I do the fact that there are places you can go that will readily do that for you. That's fucked up. All right, guys, let's try to rally. What do you say, huh? Let's try to get this thing done. By the way, Rob says, actually, it was 2 minutes ago, thanks to Aaron. No, she didn't just do it now when we started talking about her. That's not what happened. Guys, let's run 2 rally songs back to back. We didn't do great tonight. We didn't do great this morning either until Sanford's son bailed us out. This is the part of the show. Let me re-instruct you if you're new. We have a goal every day. We're a small show. We're trying, we've been making it for 6 years this way. And unfortunately, a big chunk of our income is your contributions. At least about half of the money we make is your contributions. So we appreciate that. We have a little number that we want to hit every day or every show to make it kind of worth our while and, make it go. So in these last 5 or 6 minutes of a show, we ask you to throw in a couple of bucks. We post all the links in the chat. They're pinned to the top of the page. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, etc. Let's fire up this song we discovered today, and then we'll fire up Erica. I really do hope you guys feel like throwing in a couple bucks. We made a whopping 60 during the show today. I don't think we're going to get a win, but I really hope we do. Hit like, hit subscribe, but throw money in now. Throw in a couple of bucks and let's get a win, please and thank you. Here we go.
There is a coon that you all know who's everlasting looking for a row. And though he is the bully of the town, I think that I can do him anyhow. He tried to kiss my gal the other day, but when he saw me coming quickly fled. I met that coon the other night, and this is what I said.
All right, just a couple of bucks, please. We'd appreciate it.
Hesitate, Mr. Nigger, hesitate. The way you carry on will never do. Don't hang around my baby anymore, cause I doesn't ever interfere with you. So if you think you'll steal my lady love, my fighting powers don't you underrate. Just take this a tip I'm giving you now. Hesitate, Mr. Nigger, hesitate.
Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. We're 90 bucks away. Yeah, the rally segments just aren't good, and I think I got to start worrying about it. Please prove me wrong and donate. Let's go. Otherwise, I'm just playing a racist song, and it looks weird.
I had my eagle eye. His point was Joe. For me, an easy throw. He finds it rather difficult instead. I see him get his crooked bones. So quietly I said, hesitate, Mr. Nigger, hesitate. I ain't going to tell you more than twice. Now take your dough, we faded all your dough, and doesn't use your loaded dice. You've got the name for shooting crooked game. You're known to every nigger in the state.
Jesus!
Before you rolled them spotted bones. Hesitate, Mr. Nigger, hesitate.
All right. Okay, so now we're just playing racist music and nobody's throwing money at the toe. This is fucking awkward. Aaron, you should play different rally songs. Here you go. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Yeah, we're going to take an L tonight. What do you do? But try to at least make it close.
Nigger bet a melon he would get.
A melon?
So waited till the owner was in bed.
Rob, thank you for the $10. It only takes a handful more of you doing that same thing. We're not asking for the world. Thank you for the $10, Rob. $80 away. Let's go.
Mr. Nigger, hesitate. Don't lay your hands upon forbidden fruit. Now
Fruit?
drop the sack you've got upon your back and skedaddle in a hurry or I'll shoot. And if you think you'll ever try again to rob me of my melons, let me state some good advice will come in nice. Hesitate, Mr. Nigger, hesitate.
All right, 1 minute left in this one. Then we'll go to Erica. Hit like, forget like and subscribe. Nobody gives a shit. Throw money at the show. Let's go. 80 bucks away from a win. It's looking tough. We're going to need you guys to get after it.
Hesitate, Mr. Nigger, hesitate. The way you carry on will never do. Don't hang around my baby anymore, cause I doesn't ever interfere with you. So if you think you'll steal my lady love, my fighting powers don't you underrate. Just take all this a tip I'm giving you now.
What do you think he's going to say?
Hesitate, Mr. Nigger, hesitate, Mr. Nigger,
Oh,
hesitate.
Jesus.
Mr. Nigger, hesitate.
All right, guys, let's go to the next one. Thank you very much for the $10, Rob. Please and thanks. Gift memberships. Bail us the fuck out. $80 away. I'm going to take this one like a man. What are you going to do? We're going to lose tonight, and I'm not going to beg for it. So just throw in a couple of bucks. Let's play the song and be happy. And then we'll get out of here after this song is done. All right. The light's going. Let's enjoy. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, 80 bucks away. Tough loss tonight. Let's see how close we can get. All right. On a Wall with $2. Thank you, On a Wall. I appreciate that. 80 bucks away. Let's keep going. Everybody throw in some money. Maybe we'll get close. Let's see how it goes. Main Vein with $100. A red boy from Main Vein. He says, chill, bro. I was chilling. I was accepting the L. What do you want from me? I'm trying to accept the L, and then you guys throw in 100, and we knock it out. I was settling into accepting my defeat. Thank you very much for the hundo, Main Vein.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and it's another win for the toe, and once again, it's Main Vein and Sanford Son. Oh, boy. If it ain't those two, we would... no, I got to be honest. The rest of you, a lot of blueberries, a lot of 1s and 2s and 5s tonight in the chat. Outside of that 10 from Rob and that hundo from Main Vein, you guys were doing it all just a little bit at a time. I love that. If we could have got that all the way there, man, that would have been incredible. That would have been amazing. But thank you, Main Vein. It's another win for the toe. It's another W. Thank you very, very much. Let's get the hell out of here and let's do a raid. Oh, man, when's the last time we had a perfect Monday, huh? A perfect Monday. Talking about the morning show, the evening show, both of them banging it out. Main Vein on one and Sanford Son on the other. All right, let's pick someone we haven't. Tommy Sotomayor, that guy's still around? All right, he's a black guy who hates black people. Let's go and see what's going on there. Guys, thank you very much. Appreciate the win tonight. Thank you, Main Vein. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, everybody who contributed. Oh, wait, Rob, here's something for your $10. Be very quiet. I'm hunting Negroes. Thank you very much. Enjoy Tommy Sotomayor, everybody.